Subcommittee. Again, unfortunately named because not 19K. Sith Kryptoni is not going to be hosting the Senate tonight. Like I said in my initial tweet today, he had some stuff come up. Maybe we'll get back to it next week or near future. But the show must go on. Uh, got some good guests with me today. One's first time streaming. Of course, we
That's
got
all I got.
Ryan Kennel and 19K Fox joining as well. Um, if I can screen share tab, I will show this. Screen share, Chrome tab, boom, awesome. So, if any of y'all are interested, come check out the Gentleman Bowl on my Teespring. Help fund the channel and join the herd. That is the new hashtag I'm pushing when I do these pre-Senate subcommittee streams. Join the herd. All right, let me stop screen sharing. All right, let's start with Mads Mom Bear, first time streaming ever. Tell us a bit about yourself, and are you feeling the inclination to start uploading content?
Honestly, I've tossed the idea around for a while now. I don't know if it would be more of a crafting type thing or, just basic cooking stuff, or the adulting. But like I said, I've tossed the idea of creating content for a while now. But me, I'm, just doing the single mom thing. You know, big crafter, or I draw a lot. I get bored easy.
How long you been drawing?
Honestly, I went to high school, went to an art school, so that was back um long time ago. It was back in the 90s, actually.
Cool. Do you follow like any comic artists or any specific artists you might like try to emulate with your art that you could reference so people might know like, ooh, I'm gonna check that out, Mads.
Honestly, my art style's kind of been all over the place. I have a ton of the 90s Marvel cards that I like to use as reference when I'm drawing characters. I've been experimenting lately with more manga anime type drawings. Do a lot of chibi kawaii stuff too. I mean, all of that stuff's or is or at least a bunch of it's on my Redbubble account, which I use to try and sell some stuff.
Okay. No, that sounds
Mm.
cool. I definitely want to see the art if you're cool to at least send it to us privately or something for us to see. I'm always up for more art in my life.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, go on.
I'm not really sure beyond that. I grew up in the fandom life. My mom was a Star Wars fan, like way back when. I grew up watching like reruns of sorry, Star Trek. Star Wars is relatively new to me. With my dad wasn't a nerd. He was more in the Monty Python type situation.
Oh, okay. Can't say I relate to the Monty Python at all. Unfortunately, I've I talk about it on my channel once in a while. Like, I'm an atheist, so
Mm.
I appreciate that kind of humor. I love Invention of Lying, Ricky Gervais, but Monty Python. Even though I've seen all these reviews and stuff breaking it down and all this, and I see the arguments presented through comedy, I'm like, yes, makes sense. But I hate your comedy style. But comedy's hard for me. I always have difficulty with comedy, and I shock people all the time because I'm like, Ghostbusters sucks, bro. Both of
Uh,
them.
All three?
anyone who has seen me interacting in the chats knows that I'm a big sarcastic. I love puns. I mean, I'm sure Fox has seen me a few times in the chats.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. Before we continue with on the 19K, really quick, tell us how you got into the fandom Menace, Mads.
Originally, actually, I started following Continuum Trek. Being raised Star Trek. I mean, my favorite joke is I was raised Vulcan. But and we got chatting back and forth, and I saw through the fandom collective post about some black guys and a drunk, and it caught my attention. So I caught that live stream, and I've been following ever
What
since.
about that caught your attention?
I am no. I grew up in. I know a lot of people don't want to believe this, but in like hood of Scarborough, so grew up in like rough neighborhoods. So it's just familiar to me.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
No, that's really cool. 19K Fox, love your energy. Just saw your newest video today, or well, I saw it today. I'm not sure if you posted it yesterday, but the Rambo review. You're pretty active. You're in the drunk army, and you support toxic masculinity from Lethal Lightning.
with a passion.
Tell, yeah, yeah, I love it. I love those photos, by the way. Like, I think you had what, like a welding torch, and then like a gun in one and stuff.
He was lighting his cigar with
With a
with a welding
torch.
torch. Yeah.
Yeah,
MAR, yeah.
love it. Yes, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your channel. Why people need to sub and all that jazz. And if the I think Moral's in here, if he could drop the link while I try to find it for the description.
Well, I guess I kind of felt the need to create content when I super chatted John Talks maybe 5-6 months ago, I think, and he was like, "Hey, go check out this guy's content." And I had maybe 4 or 5 videos, and they were just random stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I felt like stupid." I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should put something on there. Maybe I should. This is embarrassing." And that sort of got the ball rolling for me. Getting into the Fandom Menace, that was sort of birthed out of The Last Jedi. I mean, I think it's probably everybody's story is the disappointment I had with that, the shock and the awe that was, and I just wasn't getting. It wasn't reciprocal. The YouTube channels I was watching was sort of the mainstream stuff like Collider, and they're like, "Oh, it was great." I'm like, no, it wasn't great. What are you talking about? And that sort of created this desire in me to find. There must be somebody else who feels the way I feel, and that sort of propelled me into doing what I do now. So why you should sub to me, I don't know. I don't know why I have this many subs. I think I'm a little random. I can't really put stuff out regularly like I'd like to. I travel for work, so that's a constant challenge. But for the few that I have, I'm very, very appreciative. So, but I do encourage people to come check it out, comment, give me feedback, give me crap. I really don't care either way. It's fun for me.
Yeah, no, you said I don't know why people should sub to me. It's like, well, look, it's a mixed mash of quality and pure garbage. Cowboys on top, Office on the bottom. It's everywhere. But I like it. I like it. No, it was really quick in football. I saw the first game the Cowboys played, and I'm like, oh wow, Cobb in the slot. This is it's gonna be a tough matchup.
It was good to put a Cobb in the slot.
Wonder what you mean there, Ryan. But anyway,
Oh, we're talking about schematic. Three wide
Yeah.
receiver sets.
Yeah.
yeah, no. How would I say? I watched. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a formidable matchup, and I look forward to. Honestly, as an Eagles fan, growing up in Oklahoma, mom was such Cowboys. I'd always see the game and stuff, and of course, I'm always rooting for them to lose. But I can appreciate the talent there when they have it. And honestly, one of my favorite quarterbacks in history is Tony Romo. And I hate the crap y'all gave him. Cowboys fans are fickle. In general, y'all are fickle fans.
Yes.
Eagles fans, we'll throw shit at Santa. We don't care because we just want wins. We're angry. But we're loyal. We're loyal. One moment.
Yeah, I understand that.
And sorry, my kids are freaking out. Happens every Friday when I stream. They're good, and then Daddy goes stream, and it's chaos. It's pandemonium, like you hear.
It's utter chaos.
It is, and but I stay focused. I'm getting better at it. But yeah, watching the Cowboys stuff with Romo, like he got a bad rub, and so I can say that I and he's a great announcer. Like he's so fun to watch announce his highlights. So I can tip my hat where it's due to the Cowboys. It's not all hate. I love Staubach as well. I think I have a pop figure of him because he's just awesome watching his highlights. So,
What are your thoughts on Aikman?
Oh, Aikman literally was trash. He was on a really good team. My mom is always like, "Ooh, Aikman, yeah, 3 Super Bowls." I'm like, that's why he's a Hall of Famer. It's not because of his stats. He's like 161 and 160 touchdown to picks. So
Yeah.
he's literally trash. He's like a 1-to-1 ratio. That's awful. I mean, Brett Favre has like the record for picks because he would fling it, and he's at like 1 to 7.5. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, he had the record for touchdowns and picks when he was done. Didn't last long, but
yeah. Yeah, we'll get away from the sports. I know, like you see with Jeremy, he's like sports wars. I will bring it up on my channel, but Mads is in Canada. I don't know if she watches Canadian American football.
Saskatchewan Roughriders.
That's actually my sister follows that one, but
There you go.
football is one of the few sports I never was able to get into.
Oh wow,
Unless
that's
you're talking
that's America right there.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about what everyone else calls football.
Everyone else is wrong because everyone else is in America.
I'm not Dutch.
But you know what? We'll pat you on the head and be like, "Hey, you tried." You know.
buddy.
Speaking of Canada, well, Ryan, we're gonna hear what's up with you lately. People know you to some extent, at least on my channel. We had a good stream, and I'm glad you're back. But yeah, just give us a rundown if they don't know and what's up lately. We will get to some of the talks we were talking in the back room soon, so we'll keep that separate.
Nice. Yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm Ryan Kinnell with RK Outpost. You can also catch me on Geeks and Gamers and over on Sports Wars. Just actually got done. We're basically done talking about sports, but just got done doing about an hour live talking about Antonio Brown being released by the Patriots. So that was pretty crazy today. But yeah, mostly what I talk about on my channel is the expanding universe. I talk a little bit about comics as well. I put out a video today that maybe the algorithm didn't quite like. Not sure why. Maybe it was because I used a certain word in the title, but didn't do as well as most of them. But that's all right because the title was funny. So yeah, come check me out.
Nice. There was something I was gonna ask. Oh well, we were talking about Canada, and I want to get the roundtable. We'll start with Mads since that's her homeland. She's there. Trudeau.
Yeah.
Blackface. If y'all saw, I updated my profile on Twitter to blackface reviews, thanks to Trudeau's glorious artistic endeavors from '01. Yeah. So your thoughts, Mads? Are you still there?
See, I was listening to this on Zod's live stream last night too. I really don't watch the news a lot. I just don't have the time. But hello, Mr. Pete. But no, it's like I understand everyone was funny, absolutely hilarious, and yeah, to a degree, it really is. But it's also there's a different culture up here versus what's in the States. From what I've gathered from observer. Blah. I've been watching Zod too much. From observing. I know yes, it was a different time. Even then, it wasn't a cool move. It wasn't really a smart thing to do. But you gotta remember, even the most recent one was pre 9/11. And that was before everything blew up, before everybody, started really turning on each other. Like, do I support it? No. I just think it was a dumb move by somebody who really didn't think things through.
I'm actually a big fan, as you can tell. I'm actually all for any expression, however incendiary and triggering it is to people. I'm for freedom of expression to the fullest extent. I'll support Klan rallies to be hosted. It doesn't mean I support what they're saying, but yeah. So it really comes to that. A lot of people find it just abhorrent. I'm like, whatever. He's put makeup on himself, look like a black guy, or a joke like whatever. I just love it because he's such a virtue signaler. He's like First Nations people and this and that, and then it's like, bam, we found it.
Yeah, the big here's the real thing, if you don't mind, Ace. The thing that pisses me off about it is I don't care that Justin Trudeau is in blackface, whatever. Like you said, do whatever you want. The fact that the first reactions from the media, and I'm hearing a little echo. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but the fact that the mainstream media and here in Canada initially they called it darkened face and brown face, everything to avoid calling it blackface. What it is, when you know if it was any other politician, anywhere on the right side, anywhere, that it would immediately be blackface. It'd immediately be he needs to resign, impeach, whatever. That's the real issue I see with it. It's just the hypocrisy of it all. I don't know what you guys think about that, but
it would appear that his hypocrisy knows no bounds.
yes. But yeah, that's like I said, I agree with you, Angus. Freedom of expression is fine. You can say whatever you want. To me, I may think you're an idiot. I may think you're ridiculous. As long as you're not threatening violence against anyone and imposing on other people's rights, I don't have an issue with it. People insult each other all the time. It's part of society. And you just got to kind of learn to deal with it.
Ooh, excuse me. No. I think the reason why that they are turning around and calling it brown face instead of blackface or whatever, it's because he wasn't aiming for blackface. He was trying to dress up as Aladdin. Which clearly, yes, he went a little heavy on the bronzer, but
Dark brown.
this is before YouTube makeup tutorials.
I think it's actually chestnut, so yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. But he's also get down, little bear. But it's also in the same pictures. The same picture group is him standing with a couple Middle Eastern guys. Go.
I think it's the problem with the whole cancel culture where if we don't like you, we're just going to dig into your past and we're going to find something, we're going to destroy you with it. Eventually, that's going to boomerang and come back to bite you, and then it's going to take out everybody. There'll be no one left.
Yeah, and Trudeau, like you said, is about as big a virtue signaler and a progressive, for lack of a better term, that there is. So it's funny that all this is coming out, because I could only imagine what his thoughts were. Or, I don't know if he even commented when, the Virginia governor had all that stuff going down that we've seemed to have forgot of, what that happened like 8 months, a year ago, when all the rumors about the governor of Virginia being found in a yearbook in blackface. I wonder what his thoughts were on that.
I don't recall that. I just remember.
Ralph Northern.
I was talking earlier about the Megyn Kelly thing where she's like, I don't see the problem. And everyone's like, cancel her now!
You must die.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't see the problem. Like, especially when you don't even, especially you say that just because, like, I don't care. And then you see Jimmy Kimmel and Sarah Silverman and others for comedy's sake, quote unquote, which is bad given the camp they're in. That's just not an excuse. You can't do it for comedy even. And so that's kind of where I'm at, Especially like Eddie Murphy did whiteface in the best fashion in the 80s on SNL. So, no one freaked out about that.
Dave Chappelle does a great white face.
Yeah, I love it,
Yeah.
But yeah, I just updated the title of this. We'll get to that in a moment. I changed it to, where'd it go? Pre-Senate Subcommittee. Rob Zombie to direct Sound of Music?
What?
Yeah. I'm going to leave y'all hanging. Let me address the chat. So we got the Senate here. Great supporters. Been doing some good memes. If I have the chance, I'll pull those up and show them. We got Theron Gale saying, hey, Black Angus. Hail. Drunk 3PO. Pop it in here. I know he's busy, though, but he has a link if you wanted to pop in.
Extra right.
He says, all my people on here. We got Captain Fuckhead. Says, hail Black Angus reviews. Hail Captain Fuckhead. Senate says, sup Fuckhead. So you got Super Channel Awesome saying, sports ball. Revkev reviews. Oh, he's Canadian as well, Mads, if you didn't know. And he says Ottawa Red Blacks. It sounds a little hostile, my guy.
I believe it's a CFL team. Cannot
I assume
confirm.
it's some sort of Indian team.
Ooh.
Red Blacks? Oh, I don't know.
They
It's doubly offensive.
I mean, I'm technically
cancel
a
each other
black.
out.
Yeah,
They
I'm
just, oh,
technically a
that's what
red black.
it is. Yeah.
I've had people tell me I should change my channel to Red Angus reviews because I'm also, native. I'm Indian, so.
See?
Let me see. I think is Theron. Is she in Canada as well? Interesting.
Apparently. Apparently she actually
Um,
lives in the same city.
the Senate. I know he's mixed or black. He says blackface is funny. I don't care. Hell. Can up volume, please? I think maybe they mean Mads. I know Mads was a little quiet earlier.
Probably. I'm normally actually pretty quiet. Now let me adjust the
Yeah.
mic.
Uh, Let me see. Revkev says I was surprised that more people were not reacting to how JT was groping that lady in the picture.
So you talking about Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson?
I think so.
That's funny actually. Even as a kid, I remember that clearly this was staged, and as a kid, I kind of had this reverse Me Too view of like, wait a minute, why is everyone crapping on the girl? Like the guy did this, because we're in this state of like everything's Me Too, so it's just everything frivolous and like whatever. But everyone's freaking out Janet Jackson's boob, but it's like Timberlake popped it off, and no, that never smeared him. It was weird to me. I don't know if y'all remember it that way, but I've watched replays as an adult, and it still stands out. I'm like, why did she get all the flack?
Because he
Yeah, I
threw
guess
her
I,
that's
under the bus.
I was
Sorry,
just
go ahead.
curious if it was an accident. Did she always wear that under her shirt? Like,
well. I think it's
whatever that was.
I think it's because it felt so staged and everything that everyone is just blaming her. I don't know.
It was staged. I mean,
Yeah,
the lines are literally in the song. I will have you naked by the end of this song.
Pop.
And sure enough, he did.
The
Doesn't seem
Senate,
like a man's word.
the Senate says, "Is there a Black Anus reviews account?" Actually, no. Hold on. I don't need that, Lucas. I'm not working. Go put it back. If y'all didn't know, I'm a plumber. I'm a plumber's assistant, so I got some tools in the house. My son's like, "Here you go, Dad," and I'm like, "Dude, I don't need that.
you
Stop
can
it."
use the snake right now.
No, not like that. That's more like we have a service department. I'm not trained up enough to be on that team, um, to rotate, but they do like residential or like already established. They like clean out like that. No, I'm doing it like industrial, like construction sites. Like full bore, not houses. Immortal Coil actually, he's also joined the plumbing ranks out in Washington. But he's doing residential and still new construction. But yeah, so we're kind of like the Mario and Luigi of the Fandom Menace. So we got to figure out at some point some sort of plumber spin. I hate Nintendo, so I don't really care about the Mario Luigi angle, but people think it's cute. I guess I'll run with it if it works, but we'll see. Let me see. Theron Gill says, also, I'm mixed Euro Indigenous, since you bring up race, and not like Elizabeth Warren. Like card carrying has a reserve that I don't live on. It doesn't pay tax. It doesn't pay sales tax. Indian. It kind of came out weird, but uh, okay. If someone in this panel or the chat understands that, or if you could clarify, Theron, that'd be great.
Let me see it. Yeah.
The Senate, in regards to, because my son interrupted me with the channel locks.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
is there a Black Anus reviews account? Actually, if you don't know, I had John Talks on with Wyatt of the Ordana campaign from Comicsgate and Red Gaze. So when Red Gaze was first making the rounds in Comicsgate, now he's like, known in everyone's home. Uh, because the gays agenda has spread so much. But anyway, I was joking. It was June, and I was just thinking like, wait, we should all change our names and profiles to like the gay filter, so we can pander, maybe get some fake clicks on accident. Maybe there'll be some gays that want to join the Fandom Menace didn't know about us. And so I was saying like I can, you can be the red gays. How I say to them in my phone where it's GAYZ. You got John Talks becomes John Talks Gay, and you got Wyatt Holiday becomes Wyatt Holiday. And there's like, I was waiting for people to give me one, and someone made the parody in that stream, Black Anus Reviews, but I knew who it was. He like told me right after he did it. I'm like, what the hell, dude? It'd been so much better if he just like sat in the shadows, you know, and made me wonder who it is. But yeah, there is a parody of this in it.
You guys needed me back at that point because you're saying like John talks gays. No, 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 no. John tops, please.
I think so. I've been looking at this comment that Theron said. I think she's saying that she's mixed European and indigenous.
Oh, okay.
Right, since we're bringing race into it, not like
Mhm.
not like Elizabeth Warren, like the card carrying, supposed to be on a reserve that she doesn't live on but doesn't pay sales tax Indian.
Okay, yeah.
That
So
makes sense.
it's funny because I'm actually registered Cherokee in Oklahoma, and it's weird though because you know Elizabeth Warren, even if she proved ancestry, that's not, you don't like, your family had to have enrolled. It's essentially inheritance is what you do to
Mhm.
get your card, at least in this nation. I'm not sure if it's the same in everyone. If you can just generally, from what I understand, you can't just be like, "Look, I'm Indian. Give me my card. Give me my socialist health care." And all that, which the socialist health care works with Indians because we have all the white people paying for casinos, and so you know we get extra revenue more than the people that it's paying for. Just like the military, that's why it works. 19K Fox. Speaking of military, is the 19K, is that something? Is that a play on military like MOS or something?
19
Yeah,
kilo.
19K was MOS. Yep. Armor Crewman,
Okay,
M1A1 main battle tank.
that is awesome, dude. I love tanks.
Thanks.
One of my favorite comic scenes of all time is Hulk in '03 just smashing the tank. That's such a cool sequence.
The Ang Lee version.
Yeah, everyone craps on
Yeah.
it, and I've watched
Yeah.
it
No, I like
repeatedly.
it.
And yeah, it's slow. I think the worst thing is that we've got Infinity War. It's like, how would I say? It's like cars today, where it's like, oh yeah. There's like 15 brands. They all get like 5-star crash tested, etc. And it's really just the look and the trim and the little perks inside that, and the pros and cons. But everyone's
Right.
got one. But you know, back in 1900, oh fuck, a Model T. That is crazy. You know, that's how I feel the Hulk was, where it's like there's some really good, I think ILM work on the CGI and stuff, and they're pushing the envelope with what they could. Uh, and Now you got Infinity War, Endgame, etc. And we're so spoiled now with the genre and where it's gone that we don't appreciate, like, this was him trying to make a comic into a movie. You
Hmm.
know, not, hey, let's adapt it and tell like this epic saga and the mythos and whatnot. This was still a time where generally people saw comic book characters as like, we got to make it a comic book.
With literal panels on the
Yeah, and
screen.
I thought,
Yeah, I
watching,
know.
I'm like, no one
Zack
has the balls to do that
Zack
today.
Snyder esque.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of Zack Snyder, and we'll start with Ryan on this one. So I had this weirdo somehow. Sometimes I try to trigger the SJWs, and
No, you do that? No.
and I'll tag a post with, like, hashtags that are prevalent, like Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars, etc., Galaxy's Edge, and nothing. No one sees it, but my followers. And then when I don't tag anything, then they pop out of nowhere. So I shared the poster of Birds of Prey,
It's so
and
dumb.
it looks awful. Along with what we know of, like, Les Mel Gazy and all that stuff. Um, and I'm like, who ordered more trash? That's all I said. And then someone said something to the effect of like, when are these men gonna just admit they hate women and this and that? And then it was back and forth with this chick, and somehow it comes up like, oh, you're one of those Snyder cut weirdos, and I'm like, yeah, it's so weird that you want the original, like, creator who had a vision to continue delivering the vision that you were paying for. It's so weird.
Yeah.
She said she's a Yankees fan in her profile, so I'm like, yeah, let's just swap out bats for bubble ones and see how you won't complain. Like,
Release the bat cut.
it's just weird that, like, that there's a culture where they can say like, you're one of those weirdos who wants the continuation of what you like. Fuck you.
You wanted a complete vision. What the hell is your problem?
It's so strange, right? And I will freely admit, like, releasing the Snyder Cut would not do anything to fix what the DCU is right now, but it would let me see, like, exactly like you said, the continuation of the story that I liked. Because whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, Man of Steel and BVS, when you compare it to the first two, movies in the MCU, were far more financially successful. Now, of course, you're dealing with Superman and Batman and Superman, vice, Iron Man and the Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man 2, but they were making money. There was a clear, especially with what we know about Rotten Tomatoes now, there was a clear agenda against these movies from the critics and interference from Warner Brothers up top. So I don't know. I would love to see the Snyder Cut because I got tired of what the MCU was. Every single movie is the same. Every character has some witty comeback to everything. Thor goes from this dude who doesn't understand like humor at all, and he's been living for thousands of years as a god, to all of a sudden, he gets it in Jane Foster, and all of a sudden he understands sarcasm, and he's just popping jokes all the time in Ragnarok. So I got tired of that. I like the darker, a little more, what I feel like is a kind of realistic superhero, and they wanted to go with Justice League.
Yeah, if people didn't see it, I like that rant. We'll address that. But earlier, the Senate says, I don't know what my gay name would be. And Ryan quickly said it would be the Senate. I don't know if you're just trying to burn the Senate, like the channel, or if you're saying, oh, the Senate in reference to America is already pretty gay.
Oh no! It was just a quick little burn on the Senate. Senate's a good dude, and he is doing whatever Lord he worships work by those memes that he's been doing. He's fire lately.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the stream I had with with Josiah, but there was some memes he did. And I'm just like, I'm liking what he's doing. This is like war campaign freshman year in the memeology courses. I love it. Like, there's a clear track where he's going, and I can't wait to see once he completes the course.
Once he goes full war campaign, and then just everything has another dude, screwing some other dude in the butt with a dildo in his face or something. It's every war campaign meme now.
Have you seen, just to address that, have you seen the you follow Comicsgate, so I'm assuming you know who Preston is? Pocket Drags Comics.
Yeah, Preston Poulter.
Have you seen the Pocket Pussy? That's his nickname.
I have not.
They're flawless, dude. They've made some flawless. His face turned into a pocket pussy, and it's like, wow. I wish I had that skill Photoshop. That's his nickname. He's the guy who I don't know if it's Yellow Flash or someone else. Someone compiled a Data Racer style compilation of tweets over a few months of him.
Yeah, it's just obsessive. EVS, I love you. EVS, hey, I'd really love to be on your channel. EVS, hey, if you could take a look at this. And then he's like, I can't believe EVS doesn't help small creators.
Yeah. It's like, have you seen Wenger? Wenger's on there all the time, and he's always pushing Wenger. He's a little guy. He just pulled up Red Gaze. Red Gaze hasn't had a single campaign. He's just a facilitator, so it's,
And then he went on with Red Gaze.
Yeah, he did the birthday of Vinny, so it's... You just gotta keep at it. That's the thing, is like, you never know. Like Drunk 3PO, he's been working hard. He's at 5K, I think, or he's working to 5K. And been back. As soon as he gets
there, I might put him on my channel. We'll see.
Maybe.
Think about it.
What was that? I saw that 19K. What was that little?
Well, it says that you want just slow your roll, kid.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, whoa, guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Drunk. I don't know if Drunk's still in the chat. He was here earlier, but he was really upset because he's invited me on his show, 3 times, and I've never had him on mine. But I told him, now that he's big time Geeks and Gamers, I guess he can come on now. Get that big captive audience now. So I'll put him on there. Eventually.
19 and Mads, do y'all follow Comicsgate at all? And if so, what are you excited about, or who are you backing?
Thank you.
Mad, you want to
No,
go?
actually,
Yeah, you. Yeah.
okay. We're having the Canadian fight right now. No, you first.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't follow it at this point. I keep hearing references about Comicsgate, but I haven't quite figured out what that is.
I'm in the same camp.
If that's a yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's fine. It takes some time for me. Like, I think Rookie Critic got into Comicsgate before me because, like, I was at a point in my life where I'm just like, I'd hear BS. Like, maybe I listened to it, but overall, I didn't know what the hell he's talking about. Oh my god, it sounds like my kids are getting tortured, but it's just them being excited.
I promise. I promise.
They're way across the house. Hi, back here, moms. Oh my god,
I
one
have
minute,
a 6-year-old that I should probably check on.
1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into Comicsgate stuff pretty early. Just like watching the streams and everything. And yeah, I've backed several comics. Backed Cyberfrog, Mike Miller, John Malin, your boy Zach, Elliot Fernandez. Yeah, good couple people. I've kind of got out of it a little
Wait. Did you
recently.
say Mike Miller?
Yep, I've backed Ethan, Mike, John, Elliot Fernandez, obviously Jeff, who's not necessarily really full blown Comicsgate, really, from
Yeah,
what
it's just
I
kind of his own
understand.
thing.
Yeah,
No, I just had to address. I know Miller's now in league with Geeks and Gamers. He hasn't had content come up yet besides streaming with Jeremy, but giving my perspective of Mike, I didn't know who the hell he was because I'm new to comics, so I don't know really anybody. I'm learning now since I'm like, ooh, that story, that story. I go find these limited series, which is for me. I don't like just number after number after number. I like to find like, hey, here's a 12 issue series, and end. Maybe it's attached to something else, but generally speaking, there's an end. It's not just continuous and readapting. That's me. So, yeah, but eventually I get into it, and Mike Miller pops up and whatnot. And someone that followed me on Twitter is like, I'm getting rid of my Mike Miller Lone Star. Who wants it? I'm like, hey, I'll take it. I was really excited to read it. And then I read it, and it was dog shit, in all honesty. But I didn't review it because I love Comicsgate, and he's one of the bigs. It's one of the bigs in Comicsgate as far as money goes thus far. And I didn't want to tarnish the image at all, So it's like, oh, just no comment is my resolve. And then you have the whole Pride Month thing and whatnot, and that's silliness. And then it turns into him kind of joining the Legion of Doom with Doug to smear Comicsgate in general as just this anti-Christian thing, which is ridiculous because I'm always talking to people that are Christian, and I'm an atheist. I like you really pick up on it being an atheist, like, oh, that's Christian. It's like everyone's religious but me. And so yeah, it's not anti-Christian at all in Comicsgate. But you get that smear for whatever reason because people don't want to defend him. It's like, in my view, he uses Christendom, same with Doug, as a kind of SJW cover where it's like, oh, they offend me, and so they're attacking Christendom. It's like, no, you don't like your blend of it. And same with Edwin now. But yeah, with Mike Miller, I read his stuff and I had hope, and it seemed to go nowhere. And it instead of being subtle with his politics, and it was just like outright like, look, the bad guys have a league of SJWs they're training for their army or whatever. It's just so on the nose. I know he had to like push that fast, but for money, whatever, for his mortgage, but don't think he has the talent. And then his kind of two-facedness. Clearly, with both campaigns for Lone Star that I've seen, EVS has boosted him at least 50 grand with his covers alone. And he just wants to like spit in his face now, and it's just all around. I think Mike's just a disingenuous hack.
so
Pretty good art, but no talent. But yeah, what do you think of his writing? That's the main thing that threw me off.
so
Like, I read it, I'm like, and all the antics additionally, but. He wants to spit in War Campaign's face in general. It's like, well, I'm newer to War Campaign, but I didn't review your thing, so you wouldn't maybe lose sales.
yeah, so I I don't want to get involved in any of the drama between Mike and Comicsgate or Ethan or any of that. I like Mike. I've met Mike in person. He's a really good guy. We had some great conversations. I really like EVS. I'm looking forward to getting Cyberfrog. It's shipping out, and that's exciting. I saw some people Cyberfrog showing up at the doorsteps, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm not going to get into any of that drama.
Yeah, you're in a weird position.
Yeah, like I said, I like both those guys. I wish that
Can I borrow your little light? I don't have quite enough.
I wish that we didn't have that kind of split going on right now. But I support Ethan and I support Mike. As far as Lone Star, I liked it. I do like Mike's art. He did the art for a lot of the Injustice run for DC, which obviously became super popular and turned into the video games and everything like that.
So that turned into it. I thought it was after because I'm outside, with that. So you're teaching me.
Yeah, so that famous scene of Superman, like getting what's his name? Right through Joker. Yeah, right in Joker's heart. Yeah, that was Mike. I'm pretty sure that drew that. So I like Lone Star. I do think it is important to remember with a lot of the Comicsgate projects that these guys are just getting started in this whole production kind of thing. So like Ethan learned a lot about what actually has to go into producing a comic and things like that. And so it's definitely a stepping stone along the way. But I enjoyed Lone Star. I backed the next one that's coming out. So Soul of the Soldier. I'm looking forward to John Malin's Graveyard Shift Volume 2 as well. I love Graveyard Shift 1. So yeah, that's about all I got to say on that. I feel pretty comfy on this fence.
Ryan, yeah. I gotta admit, I'm sorry for leaving that open for you, given your position. Now, I don't want people to think I just write him off, whatever, because my thing is he would respond to all these just like ridiculous replies to like the Pride Month thing, and I left him. He doesn't know me, but I left like a detailed thing where it's like, hey, I'm LGBT. I'm in this acronym. I'm the letter people, the alphabet people, but I don't treat you as a bigot because your faith says something about sexuality. I get the whole morality aspect. It's your style, it's your blend that offers that as a accusation or a title or smear, if you will. But it's just his antics and stuff, and his, But no, I guess I want to say with you, given your position, Geeks Gamers, regardless of I believe that you actually like it, and I definitely think you like the injustice you brought up and knew what you're talking about, unprovoked. But it wasn't fair for me to offer that kind of take with your position.
You're good,
so
man.
I just want to apologize in case someone might jump on. Look, he's with this anti-Mike guy, and that's on Geeks and Gamers.
No problem.
Trust me.
It's we've been dealing with this a lot, in whether the Fandom Menace or Comicsgate or whatever, right? Just because I'm on a stream with you, Angus, doesn't mean we agree about everything. Doesn't mean that because you have an issue with Mike that I do.
But the one thing I'll say with Mike is if I won't buy it because of how he is, but if someone gave me a copy or a screenshot, I got to read Lone Star 2. If it was a big improvement and good, I wouldn't hold that back. Like, I've never taken down my Doug Tenaple Bigfoot Bill videos. So if anyone thinks like if I don't like you, I won't give your product a fair shake if I see it. It's not the case. I've even said good things about Last Jedi, that like the nihilistic angle is really cool to me, but it kills Star Wars. So I feel I'm very fair with my assessment of your product outside of who you might be. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, no, I have no issues answering any questions. So,
yeah. Let me see.
So, real quick, does the Lone Star comic take place in the Spaceballs universe?
No, it does not.
Damn it! All right.
Yeah,
still waiting for that one.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like Undead Soldiers for some reason. This is the thing. I went to the first issue, and you're waiting for the second one, I assume, Ryan. But from what I gathered so far, not seeing any streams that might give any more details. It's like there's like this like crew or core of undead soldiers from different eras that for some reason are like gifted with life or preservation, what have you, to kind of be superheroes. But it's never explained so far, like any kind of hint. And then they're like fighting vampires in this issue. I don't know if it's like there's more to come or if it's just kind of fighting vampires. I don't know if that's the limit. Um, but like for me, it was like, all right, you set this up, and then they find like a little girl who's a vampire, and it's like they kind of seems like it's going to change their perspective. Like, oh wow, kids are vampires too, and then they're like, blam, 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 they're evil, and it's very one-dimensional kind of writing, along with the kind of political stuff. Like there's this girl that's already in love with the guy, Lone Star, and you never see kind of build up to that to earn like the investment. It's just she's already head over heels, and it's kind of it just makes her look clingy because you don't see the backstory.
I do think with these Comicsgate projects too, it's an interesting way. We talk about EVS says we're redoing, like, this is the new mainstream, right? That's what we're trying to do, right? Provide this alternate market to do this so that people can get good stories and they can feed their families. So it's different because we get this 48 pages is what most of them typically are, right? So about a double size comic. So comics that would normally come out every 2 weeks. So you get this story in a month, and you back it and you wait a while and then you read it, and then that's it. So there's only so much you can build up to in 48 pages. I think Cyberfrog's 88. So it'll be interesting to see how much story he packs in there. I'm really looking forward to that too. So,
yeah, no, I definitely want to learn more comics from you, especially because I'm reading pretty much exclusively Marvel, because that's what I'm finding at my comic store for like old collections, or like limited series. I'm like, ooh, Daredevil Father. I'm thinking about reviewing it. It was really good. I like the art style. It's kind of a newer version of like Dark Knight Returns kind of style. But yeah, pretty much everything that looks interesting in my store is Marvel. There's a couple Batman, but I'm not tired of Batman, but it's like it seems for me it's the only thing that grabs my attention. I want to get into Green Lantern, but there's just so much wacky stuff with space. But with see what was I saying about
the beginning of Rebirth, I was really into the beginning of the Rebirth story arcs a couple years ago, and I don't know. I've pretty much lost all interest after the Dark Knight Metal. What do I want to call it? The event. The Senate will know what I'm talking about. Every time I mention Metal. No, it was just this whole series.
Oh, the Bat Metal thing.
Yes.
Batman Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
I picked it up, but it's like the intro to it, the series, the Batman Metal or whatever, Dark Knight's Metal. The intro is like 3 issues current, and then it's like issues from all over the like New 52. And I'm like, well, I thought we're in a new era, so why are we going backwards? So it just adds confusion and like, oh, maybe I need to read this and that. And it seemed wonky, and it's like, what the and I tried to read the beginning of the next, like the actual Dark Knight's Metal, and smell like Hawkman and stuff, and it just gets all over the place where it's
these
like,
events are so layered because that's what they're trying to do, trying to get you to buy everything.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is like you look at the list, like for Absolute, or is it Absolute Carnage? It's like I think 18 issues.
Yes.
And it's intertwined across all different comic series that are like midway through. So it's like you might jump in and be like, wait, what's the backstory to this? And so it's to make you just keep buying more, like casinos. It's like, hey, you could get this jackpot, keep hitting it. It's kind of that sort of like nagging kind of come get more. But no, what I was saying with Lone Star real quick about like the girl thing is like they have this kind of already established infatuation head over heels for the girl with him, and then one of the political things, which is weird, is like she's got this this girlfriend that's walking with her in Lone Star, and he's got like an American patch on his shoulder, on his shirt, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, he's one of those alt-right white guys or something like that. And she's like, quick, I'm going to save you, and she just like drags her off, and it's like, what that was just out of nowhere, like there wasn't even a build up, like it seemed like the most radical kind of like Twitter interaction. It's stuff like that. And if someone could facilitate me seeing Lone Star 2, I'll give it a fair shake. But I don't see prospect. And the personal stuff, the shenanigans on Twitter and everything and YouTube, that's what's throwing me off. He's shooting himself in the foot, honestly, in my opinion. If the Geeks Gamer stuff interaction can help him, that's great for him. His son's got, I think, the board game, whatever. So I
Mhm.
don't wish him ill will, but it's just I'm not backing you. Same with Doug. Doug's got great products though, in my opinion, so far. I want to check out this Injustice. I've seen some of Mike's art. I know he did Game of Thrones as well. So
That's
yeah.
true.
Let me address the chat really quick, and then we'll get into that Rob Zombie thing. Uh,
Yeah, what the hell is that?
all right, oh wow, we got sketch therapy in the house. Catch up really quick, so we're kind of rambling. I was at least. Since his injustice is great, sketch therapy! Exclamation point. Mads is parenting. No problem there, Mads. We are understanding toxic males. Sketch therapy. Hell Brothers. Yes, Hell War Campaign. Sketch therapy says you have a right to your judgment and your reasoning. It's your analysis and view on a matter. He provides anything. It's Indiegogo and how hard you work. Cinna Davis popped in and says howdy. Um, Cinna is a big Daredevil fan. I got into it because the show, and especially season 2, The Punisher. Um,
The Punisher?
what?
Punisher.
I'm a big. Oh, Mads left. Okay, she's back. Awesome. Sorry about that, Mads. I was just looking off to the void. Let me see.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
got
like.
bounced by the tablet.
Yeah, I really like Daredevil. Sin I just read. Fall like I was talking about. There's some Sabretooth series I found, which look really cool. Let me see. Theron says, if I can figure out how to make it profitable doing it from Canada, which we feet novel is going to be 120 pages like a manga for the very reason you mentioned. It's also going to only be black and white with maybe colored posters of some of the centerfold images as add-ons. Yeah, sorry about that again, Mads, but it didn't take you long to come back in.
I mean, I know Blake Northcutt has done a lot of like huge on not Indiegogo, but I guess she does do
Kickstarter?
Indiegogo now too. But yeah, Kickstarter. She's an author from Canada that's funding the hell out of a bunch of her novels.
Yeah, is she the Everglades Angels?
Yes.
I want to
Yeah.
back that. It's just I've been in buying. I can't really back people. Luckily, I back like when I see digital, that makes it a lot better for me.
That's the thing. These projects do get expensive.
Yeah, well, no, I understand because like I plan. We talked about it, Ryan, but I'm trying to write Meth Gator,
Yeah.
and yeah, so like I've looked into it. I'm going to spend probably 10 grand to make it, so I'm trying to save that. So I actually have an artist making a promo poster, and once I get that and you have it photoshopped, 'cause it's gonna be a physical piece. Once I have it photoshopped, so it gets rid of all like the extra, uglies and racing and all that. And a logo, I'm gonna push my first Indiegogo, which is the poster. If you want to help fund, add to my coffer, so I can. I don't want to send the product that isn't complete because I've seen that problem as a backer myself. I'm like, where the hell is brand, Antonio? Why is it taking like a year with you? You had it like halfway done, you said, stuff like that. And he's not a big YouTube presence. He does like the sexy party or whatever, and that's about it. Um, and I get that like if you're doing print or something, it takes months to get your stuff, and I'm anticipating that. But I'm trying to slowly write it and then get with an artist and at least have it 75% done, if not in my hand. So I can be like, hey, back this. It's in my hand. You're gonna get it as soon as the campaign's done. But I'm gonna be nickel and dime my way, so it'll be different from everybody in the sense that hey, I'm trying to push something. You can at least have this piece and say, like, hey, I helped fund this comic to be made.
Yeah, man. Like I said, everybody's learning, and we've definitely seen kind of like Malin, right? Malin's stuff is like pretty much done, and he gets it out there fast, and fulfills it fast, and then he's ready to do another one. So, and to I don't know what your opinion is, but for Mike too, like there's obviously some issues with one of them that doesn't really have anything to do with him, but Lone Star, he got that out and put it out quick and got it out to everybody so he could do another one.
Yeah, no, he seems like a quick back fulfiller from what I understand. So yeah, I try to be fair. You know, if someone brings extra evidence or whatnot, knowledge to me about stuff, and like I'll add that to my criticism. But you know, but yeah, this is the topic I added to the title. Rob Zombie's Sound of Music. Ed Asner thinks it's a great idea. Just seeing this, what is y'all's thoughts? And the chat as well.
It
And has
sounds
finally gone senile.
it sounds like they just rant like someone just like, "Hey Ed, how's it going today?" He's like, "I'd really like a Rob Zombie Sound of Music." Like, what does that have to do with anything?
He must
You know,
have been
it's-
asked a question. There's no way he just came up with this on his own. Hey, you know what I think? And then just like spit this out. There's no way.
You know, it's funny. Mads, are you a Rob Zombie fan at all?
No, I'm a Sound of Music fan.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you think? Like, we've had, like, I covered it, and it's been covered all over. Fandom. It's the Black Magneto idea. This is even crazier, I would say. And so, you as a Sound of Music fan, what are your thoughts with this?
I think he's been dipping into the stuff that's legal here and not in the States. Um, really, what was he smoking when he came up with that? Rob Zombie's versions of the songs alone would be terrifying. You know, I can't wrap my head
Yeah.
around it.
I do like Sound of Music, to be honest. I'm a big Sound of Music fan myself.
Yeah, I just watched Bride of Chucky for the first time as an adult. And funny little thing, my daughter, she's 2, going on 3, and there's like a Chucky laugh. We're like, you know, and my daughter was like copying it, and she loved it. So I'm like, this is cool, you know, because my son, maybe it's because he's older, so he's a little more aware of like this is bad or that would kill you or whatever. But like when Chucky kills Tilly in the tub, that really started freaking him out. That's the first time he's really been freaked out with the movie. I have this little thing I do. My wife hates where I do children's cinema, and it's always like American Sniper or Black Hawk Down, just gory war movies, or maybe like Predator. But my kid loves it. I show him like Predator. I'll I'll go along and like do like the mouth thing with my hands, or, and he just gets a kick out of it. So, whatever to make him not a pussy in today's climate, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're saying you don't want him to let him listen to Sound of Music?
No, Sound of Music.
Okay.
Like no. I'm totally fine with him being confident. There's definitely that fear. And I say this. I remember one time I said this months ago, and people got triggered because I was like, "Yeah, I don't want my son to be gay," and they're like, "Whoa!" I was saying I was kind of putting in conjunction. Sorry, Mads. My Little Pony with that. I'm at Bronies at the time. You're like, whoa, My Little Pony doesn't make you gay. And it's like, yeah, no, I get that. I'm not that dumb. But, it's like, there's just that fear of, being a father. And I'm bi. And it's like, my angle is, I don't want my son to have, like, to be, how would I say it? Like, Jeff Hicks did a video about, like, streaming in the Phase 4 and all these Marvel shows and Netflix, or with Disney Plus, along with Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu, etc. This phenomenon where you have too much choice, so you just kind of sit there doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem if you're bi. It's like, oh, there's even more on the table to choose from, and it takes away your focus. If you have one sex, it hones you in a little bit, And I want children. I want grandchildren, of course. So I don't want gay, because I don't want him to like buy a baby or to have a test tube baby and just be like not that intimacy with creating it. And if he's bi, I just don't want him to be distracted or feel like odd if he has a friend he likes, but that friend's super straight and all. Just all the intricacies with that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't want my son being gay or bi.
So you're
just
never
for
going to
his own
host
sake.
the Oscars now. You know that, right?
You know what? I'm gonna smash a fucking dollhouse on my son, just to seal the deal. No Oscars for me.
Never going to happen. That. You had your shot.
Uh,
Yes, really cute.
but yeah, I no, I'm totally fine with them watching Sound of Music. I want to be confident. Um, I don't see that. I love Wizard of Oz. It's an amazing musical. It transcends musical. It's just a great film,
Mm.
especially if you read the original book and know anything about Frank L. Baum. He was like the guy who did Alice in Wonderland. He was trying to say some like wacky stuff, subtext. Frank L. Baum was just out for money. He was trying to print money with a series. He was like the original Hunger Games or Divergent guy back then. And the fact that Wizard of Oz became the movie, wow, like that's amazing. So totally fine. But yeah, I'm actually interested to see what this like. Would this be like a kind of Tim Burton kind of adaptation? Doing Sound of Music with Rob Zombie. What do you think, 19K?
Do you think it's going to gain any traction though?
I don't know. They're
Do you
talking
think
about
we'll
Princess
see?
Bride.
Well, yeah. I'm curious to see if Rob Zombie is going to respond.
Hmm.
I mean, I think if from what I read in the article, someone sort of floated this out there, and then Ed Asner he said, well, I had to look up who he was, but I guess if I was going to have him direct a movie, he just sort of rattled off the Sound of Music off the top of his head. But I mean, stranger things have happened. This could. Who's to say this couldn't happen?
Yeah. To round it back, the reason I brought Bride of Chucky and my son and not wanting to be gay and all that stuff is Rob Zombie's soundtrack is part of the soundtrack of Bride of Chucky. That was
Oh,
long
okay.
about way why I even brought
Yeah,
that
I was
up.
like, what are you talking about?
Now I made the connection. Okay.
You just
Yeah, no.
wanted to tell us you didn't want your child to be gay. Got it.
Angus always finds a way to inject that in the conversation, no matter what's going on.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because I'm super war campaign gay, but yeah, no, stay away. It's for my kid. No, but no, it's funny because like Chucky's going through like the playlist on the radio. He's like, wow, what the hell is happening to music? And all of a sudden he hears Rob Zombie of all things. Like, yeah, this is cool. He's just bopping and like, okay. Uh, it's definitely a fun experience watching that movie like 20 years later. But it was happy. I was happy to see my daughter just having fun with like what's supposed to be funny about it. But let's go through this. All right, so the hills are alive with the sound of Rob Zombie. The Sound of Music is an iconic musical, and Ed Asner thinks Rob Zombie should be the one to remake it. The former president of the Screen Actors Guild uh, made his bold opinion on social media, and heavy metal fans are having a good time imagining exactly what that would look and sound like. Zombies no stranger to making movies, but they have all been in the horror thriller vein. Ed Asner took a minute out of his day to respond to the Twitter challenge entitled "Movie You'd Like to See Rob Zombie Remake, No Matter How Insane." There you get your premise. Asner says, I had to look up who Rob Zombie was, but now that I know, I will say The Sound of Music. From there, Zombie fans all over the world praised Asner's choice. Now people really want to see this
Oh my
happen,
God.
which means that someone will more than likely go and set up a petition to get the ball running because we all know how well that works, or how well those work. Wow, wait, let me see who wrote this. Was this B. Allen Orange? Is this Orange Man Rad?
So now the spin is that it was his idea.
Kevin Berwick. I
He's
know he's been in a
spearheading.
lot of EVS videos. What were you saying, 19K?
No, I'm just saying it's now the spin is that Ed Asner has actually spearheaded this entire movement, and he wants this to happen. He's the champion of the cause, and it's just a random question he got on. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's funny. House of a Thousand Corpses. Like, it's funny to see Dwight Schrute as a merman. But I hated that movie. I might
Oh, really?
rewatch it. I'll check it out at the library and rewatch it, see if my perception changes. But I just thought like, all right, this is boring. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, crazy! We're in the ground. There's like this devil doctor, and I'm just like, what the hell did I watch? Then I watched Devil's Rejects, and I feel it's like a completely different series. I feel it's just its own movie. And I'm interested to see this, what the three or the Devil's, whatever the hell the new one is. I guess it's gonna be like a in betweener or a prequel. I don't know. But overall, like Zombie, I love zombies. Halloween movies. I know Halloween purists hate them, but I feel and RK and Maz as well. I'm not sure your DCU endeavors, but kind of like Snyderverse with generally Batman doesn't kill, but he's like, well, when you lose your virginity to my Batman and all that. I feel kind of like that with Halloween with Rob Zombie. It's like I mean, what's he supposed to do with it? Like, do something new, and he did. And maybe it's a little bit too close to home for what Rob Zombie grew up with. Being white trash and all. I don't know, but I really like that psychological angle that he was trying to go for, and the opening to two, I was like freaking out, man, because I watched the first time in the dark in college, and all that carnage, and it's like, yeah, it's a dream, fuckers. Like that was a good troll. Um, but yeah, what do y'all think of that?
Um, I I don't know. I At first it seemed a little ridiculous. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, who cares? Let's just I don't have any desire to watch it, but maybe there's a group of people out there that really want to see a Rob Zombie version of a 60-year-old movie.
Dude, you know how many Hot Topic girls will all of a sudden talk about how deep Sound of Music is? If Rob Zombie
I
does this.
Oh my God.
It is kind of deep.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah.
A girl leaving the nunnery or whatever you call it to get with some guy in Nazi occupied Switzerland. Great
Austria.
stuff. Austria, whatever. They're all white. Who
They had to run over the. They had to run over the. They had to run over the Swiss Alps.
They're all white people. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I love using like older movies like they all look alike. Talking about Asians. Just flip it on the white people. No, I haven't seen Sound of Music in like 10 or 12 years, but I remember I liked it. I thought it was interesting. Julie Andrews, like I don't think she's hot or anything, but she's cute, and I like the premise, and especially being former Catholic, it's very Nacho Libre. Someone in the faith, devoted to an order, thinking about, I kind of want to procreate. This whole thing, it doesn't quite gel.
It,
We
it's
all
not
have
so much that
urges.
she wanted to procreate. She fell in love with him. It was come on. He had like 12 children. He ain't gonna be interested in having another one after that.
I mean, when you have 12 and you're back in like Nazi occupied Europe, like you're still in the era of like, a woman takes care of all the kids, so I'm not worried about it. It's just the reality. Um, I'm just being toxic now. Let's see.
Sorry.
Let me address the
Just as long
chat
as I
really
can
quick.
respond in kind.
Yeah, no, go full bore. As War Campaign would say, take my back hole if you must. Um,
Phrases I can't use because the little one is right next to me and she repeats everything.
I'll have to find you a clip of Ro. I'll find you a clip of Ro with hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Bear. Hi.
There's a
Wave
clip
now.
of Ro talking about dolphins, and his kids are present. It's hilarious. So, but I'll respect if that's not the case with you, which seems so. Talking with the chat, we got Train Terrence saying, "Sometimes in life I end up on a stream." Hell, Terrence. Angus is a bigot confirmed. Ree! Yes, I am. Hashtag bigots assemble. Sketch therapy says the hills are singing, the bombs are falling, my mind is walking on the jagged edge. Rob's Zombie sound of music. Whatever, Tremaine. Rob Zombie is White Zombie as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Trey Courtney says, I enjoyed the first Halloween and love the Devil's Rejects. I'll watch if it comes out. Yeah, it was Thunderkiss. You're correct. Let me see. Theron says, Angus, you really aren't going to like the equal but opposite of drag kid parents I know. They think their sons are so doomed to be scrawny manlets already. They're terrified of. Let's see if that's continuing. Them being straight and turning out like a bagel boss. So they're trying to set them to succeed and have confidence in non-traditionally masculine areas.
Big ol' boss. That was funny, man. That was a funny like week or two.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if you know who Mandy Summers is of Wart the Wizard.
Yeah.
Back Wart the Wizard. And go watch Red Summer streams with Red Gaze and Summer. But apparently when I interviewed her, her husband is quite short. So the continuing joke is he was Bagel Boss.
So she's married to Cecil.
I've had word that he does not like the fact that I've called him Bagel Boss. I mean, I haven't had a chance to hash it out, as Mad Max would put it, with Bagel Boss. But Mr.
Mad
Summers,
Max. I'd like to talk to Max actually.
yeah,
Maybe he's watching.
I don't know. You never know when he's watching. He usually catches up, just like me, because he posts videos at like midnight or later. Like I wake up at 4 or 5, and I look at my sub feed, and boom, Mad Max is there 2 hours earlier, and I'm like, oh shit. So we cross roughly very close, but different schedules clearly. Trey Courtney says Rob Zombie should remake Texas Chainsaw. That'd be interesting. I actually like the Michael Bay produced first Texas Chainsaw. Who is the guy?
Which I don't remember. Well, I forget which one it was, but there was one where at the very end they showed actual footage from the cops when they were going through the house.
I don't think it was actual footage, but it's like quote unquote actual. If that
Oh,
makes
I thought
sense.
it was real,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
So if you
Scared
don't
the
know,
shit out of me.
yeah, I know it's creepy. So if you don't know, and I'm sure 19K, are you in Texas?
I'm from Texas originally. Yeah.
Okay. So you might be able to help.
You can tell by that stupid hat.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm in
well-
Ohio, and we got a bunch of phony Cowboys fans because of Zeke, because of Ohio State, and
Oh,
yet
yeah.
these same weirdos that are all about Ohio State
OH.
have never
Oh,
backed the Eagles with Malcolm Butler. So it's disingenuous. It's like
They're big
all about
Saints
Ohio
fans because
State.
of Michael Thomas or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like whatever. You just jump on like, oh, what's one of the biggest ones?
I've been a Saints fan for life.
Yeah,
Dude, you're
what-
from Cincinnati. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude, Cincinnati is a very fair weather city. Anyway, where was it going? Lost my train of thought. God damn it! I know I was talking. Where was I? What were we just talking about, Ryan?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw. There we go.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I looked into this. It's based on a true story. The true story is actually from like Michigan. There was some axe murder, like a very like pre-Bundy kind of like, or who's the other guy? The gay guy. He would eat people. Dahmer. Dahmer would eat
Yeah.
people. He yeah, I don't know if he ate them, but he would like hatchet them up in his basement or whatever. So that was the true story that they based Texas Chainsaw on. I don't know if the guy ate him or anything or did any sex stuff, but that's the loose connection. There's nothing in Texas that's happened that we know of, and it's a big ass state, so it probably could have literally happened, but there's actually been no documented true story that corroborates Texas Chainsaw.
Is that your real face, Fox?
I can't say. What was the version where we had? I remember it being a big deal that all the actors were from Texas. So you had Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
you had,
Texas Chainsaw 3?
All right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Best thing about high school girls.
Oh, I was
What's
waiting
that?
for you to keep going.
I decided not to. I wanted to buy some death sticks, but then I wanted to go home and rethink my life.
Oh, God. I love it. No, that's... I was just thinking, it's like, he's like, I was going to, but...
I was like, oh shit.
B-level clip
that's-
it and be like, pedophile!
Yeah, I was going to. I'm like, that's kind of clippable.
There was some good clippable stuff. I need to go back through that stream of Joe Sykes. There's some good clippable stuff with that.
Everybody's
see.
talking about Ed Gein. Ed Gein.
Ed Gein. That sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, that's the Michigan
Ed Gein
guy.
is the one that was actually based on that. Terrence is right on that one. Because he did cut up his victims.
Did he put it on his face?
And he was in Texas. No, it was very loosely based on.
Well, all I know is I thought that the movie was stupid, and then they show this part at the end that they told me was footage from like when they raided the house, and then a dude pops out of the corner with a freaking leather face, and I was like, "What do you mean this shit is real?" And then I was freaked out.
Which version?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
You're talking about 03?
The
I think it's
1960s
03.
Maybe.
or the one with
Yeah.
the real?
With Jessica Biel. I remember that part.
And then they did a prequel called The Beginning, and that was actually pretty good. It had it had one of those famous like kind of hip hop artists. I don't know if it's Trey Songz or there's some hip hop guy that was in the Beginning, and no one seems to know it.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, I was looking at Proper's responses. Proper Jeremy's in the chat, and he just like had 4 things in a row, and I'm trying to understand what they were in response to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he says Mandy is cool. Then he's like, "Hey, Terrence," and then let me see.
That was in Wisconsin.
There it says, "I liked Alexandra Daddario's breasts in that movie."
I think we all did.
Theron.
Hail, Theron.
Yeah,
Pretty sure we all did.
Love breasts.
Alexandra Daddario is she's a great actress.
I'll tell you, a chick I like.
Very talented.
Doomsday. Have you seen Doomsday? It's like the weird like zombie Ireland movie. It's like Mad Max meets zombie shit stuck in like a confined space.
Mitro?
I don't know. She's in I think Rise of the Lycan. She's like young.
Yeah.
Young.
Oh, yeah.
Kate
Yes.
Beckinsale.
Fox knows.
Yes, I do. She's a Kate Beckinsale look-like.
No, it's pretty good. Yeah, I remember my friend. He was telling me about it. 'Cause sometimes there's a lot of movies when I was a kid I couldn't see because they're rated R. Or they're just demonic or whatever. And I was having telling me about like highlights, whatever of. 'Cause I didn't know about movies on the internet or anything, And so he's telling me about Rise of the Lycan. He's like, "Oh, there's this crazy sex scene where like they're off the cliff," and I'm just like, "Wow, man!" I'm living through my friend's memory. And it's so great being able to adult and be able to buy products and enjoy what's on the screen, like Daddario's breasts. Ed Gein, yeah, Wisconsin. Sorry, Michigan, Wisconsin.
It's all up there,
Gary, whatever.
Yeah. Let me see. What's some topics I wrote down? All right. So we'll address that momentarily. All right. So Ryan, we were talking about this earlier. Jeremy released on Twitter that he is going to debate, not debate, but interact with on a stream all of his haters.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to host it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am. I did agree to do that. He doesn't want to do it on Geeks and Gamers because obviously it's a huge platform, not necessarily for a bunch of drama. And I don't really want my platform to be a bunch of drama either. But what Jeremy said is that he wants it to be like an actual conversation, and not sarcastic or anything, but actually, oh, Lethal Lightning, what's going on? Look at that. What you got on under that robe?
I've got my robe.
And
That's all
nothing
you
else.
need to know.
You just busting one. Well, here's the thing, Lethal. I'm sure Lethal's got a hard on right now because he's really excited for the stream he's got coming up in a couple hours. So
I'm
he's probably
terrified.
rubbing one out.
I'm actually terrified.
Oh, I thought it
yeah.
was pre-recorded. Oh shit. Okay.
Don't worry, dude. You're gonna kill it, man. I can't wait for it.
What if she doesn't? What if she doesn't rock up? What if she hates me? What if she thinks I'm an idiot? This goes on and on and on. I'm sitting.
What
here
if she
scared.
loves you? What if she thinks you're awesome?
I know,
Those are also what ifs.
most American women do, but I don't know.
There's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of people are really excited to watch it. You're gonna get a great audience, man. So
Lethal, I'll tell you this. How about imagine her naked? The whole stream. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Mm-hmm.
I probably get my channel moved.
No, I was trying to get in your head so then you're like, oh crap, that makes it worse. I can't get up at all. Now, are you going to interview her in your robe? Do you have the balls for that?
Nah, I'm gonna get dressed.
yeah,
What?
it's probably a good idea. That could scare her off.
Honestly, I would say you should interview her with no robe. Stay seated, of course, for YouTube. And also bring in Troy with his nipples as additional
God.
ammo.
Troy, your man, the myth, the legend. Troy's epic, man. He just says, like, I don't even like these fucking movies, but I just like listening to you complain about them.
But yeah, Lethal, welcome. It's been a while since we chatted on a stream. It's hard for me to get on Saturdays with you because I'm at work, and I never want some jackass is going to call off work on the weekends where I work. And oh, sorry, Mads Child. I don't know if
Hey,
Mads
Mads.
Child can hear me or not, but yeah, say hi to Lethal Lightning, Mads, and Lethal say hi to Mads.
Hey, Mads. I can't hear her.
Hi.
That's better. How you doing?
Doing good, actually.
Yeah, Mads has
Awesome.
been gracious enough to expose herself on my stream of all streams to start off with. She's kind of going full bore with the gayness and whatnot.
Lethal's no stranger to me at this point as well.
Yeah,
He's regularly
cross
on
paths.
Zod's channel. That
Yes.
Yeah, Zod he goes too late for me. Unfortunately, I would be on a lot more Zod streams if it wasn't for the lateness.
Zod talks mad shit. He was telling us that Last Blood goes for 3 hours because he works at the cinema, so he's got a bit more info than us. It's like, motherfucker, the movie doesn't even go for 2 hours.
sometimes it goes for 3, but
It doesn't.
He's never on time.
Yeah, but so anyway.
Sorry, Ryan.
No, we're good. We're good. Anytime a toxic male like Lethal comes in, you have to immediately be distracted by what's going on. So it's totally fine. But as far as what's going on my channel, Jeremy wants to have an actual conversation with some of these critics of him. I have a channel that's not monetized, so no one can say that. Nobody can say we're benefiting off drama or anything like that. Obviously, I am. I work with Jeremy. I put videos on Geeks and Gamers. I work with him on Sports Wars. But my intention for this is to just be as neutral as I can of a moderator and just kind of let the conversation flow between Jeremy and whoever has an issue with him. Make sure that we keep it on track and it stays somewhat civil. And, maybe come to some kind of understanding if we just get people to talk. If you had Mad Max on your channel not too long ago, and he recently went on a stream with Jeremy and EVS and John Malin and Steezel, and he asked to go on there, and he got on there, but I feel like that was not the best place for maybe him to air those issues, right?
My God, yeah. If y'all don't know, if you're interested, if you're like, who the hell is this Mad Max guy? If you don't know, if you haven't seen my stream with him, I added the clip from that stream of what Ryan's talking about. It's on my channel. You can watch just the Mad Max interaction. And I took it because I felt it was pertinent to a follow-up with my stream. Because pretty much everything that was said more short-term on that stream is what I kind of argue with him the whole time. Is like, and I don't know. I think it was important to do it as well because I definitely feel my perception that Fandom is turning into a hug box. The whole idea is that we kind of have generally conservative talking points in the sense of, hey, let's talk with people we don't agree with and not let's address people that.
Have you guys told Angus to shut up yet? Because every time I come on the stream, it's only him
Are you worried
talking.
it's going to turn into like an echo
He
chamber?
never lets anyone talk. He blah, blah, blahs. He
Okay.
just goes
Okay.
on. Look, he's trying to cut me off right now.
Wow, toxic white male trying to silence the African American on his stream.
LGBTQ plus POC. I see how it is.
I'm gonna bring the whole alphabet down on your head, drunk.
I was glad you're still streaming. I've had Wi-Fi issues all day with Spectrum. They finally said it's fixed, so I wanted to give it a test. So.
Now, are you just being coy and you really mean wife issues?
No. What are you talking about?
I'm just stupid, yeah. No, we're having fun, dude. We're having fun. Definitely.
Where's Matt's Mama Bear? I came on to say hi to her.
Backstage.
Where'd she go?
Oh, okay. This is the first time I've had to actually scroll down to add people.
Matt's Mama Bear, what's up? One of my favorite people in the world. What's up? Even Ryan, he's pretty cool. Lethal, are you still awake? That's awesome. 19K Fox is always around. That's cool. Is that a Cowboys hat on Angus's stream?
That is a Dallas Cowboys hat. Yes.
Angus, you could cut him anytime you want.
No, I'm equal. I'm
Full
equal.
screen, brother.
Sorry, I didn't mean to come in and interrupt Angus talking.
Yeah, no,
I didn't mean to come in and say, "Hey, stop talking."
No, I was just saying, like, I feel that the way a lot of people reacted about it, it was like, why are you having this guy? Why are you giving him air and this and that? And it's like, that's exactly what we've been talking about for 2 years now with Last Jedi and every other franchise. And I think it's very disingenuous if we don't actually address and do what we say. And so if I gotta take the hit and be the guy that loses subs or people disown me because I had Mad Max, I'm like, fuck you, I don't care. I'm here to talk. And overall, I like Mad Max's style, and I like his integrity to what he believes in. As ridiculous as, and I tell him this, it's not like I'm talking behind his back. I tell him it's like, hey, I've told him repeatedly. He says it on his channel. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get Angus. He says, stop it, but I'm going to keep on another video and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, come on, dude, you got so much more to sell, and you're killing your channel with this stuff.
Hold on, Angus. Hold on. You just said, I don't care if I kill my channel, but then you're telling him not to kill his channel.
No. It's because he's been doing it repetitively for over almost every video. Like he has as much Geek and Gamers content as Geeks and Gamers at this point. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's not the fact he's addressing what he believes in, what he thinks. It's that it's repetitive, and it's like he's honing in. That's my problem. Is like he's lost sight of what he could be doing to bring people in for discussion. And
my problem with Max is he doesn't do his homework. That's the problem.
That too.
And you're gonna attack somebody, do your homework and make sure you have the facts right. That's the issue. If you're just gonna blatantly make videos and trash someone, at least have the facts. At least have some kind of facts to back it up. I mean, that's all.
I got
like me, and that's all.
Yeah,
I watched your clip, Angus, and to me, I watched the clip you uploaded, and it seemed like he just kind of panicked from the very start. Like he had the moment he wanted and had stage fright.
Yeah,
well,
no, I definitely think that.
So, and
Sorry,
that's kind of why, so Jeremy's going to be on my channel with just me, nobody else, and then whoever wants to talk to him. And I'm not going to dogpile or anything like that. I'm just going to try to keep it civil with anybody that wants to talk to him. And I think that that'll be a much better environment than with an EVS and a Malin and a drunk Cecil, a drunk Cecil who he'll be in the middle of answering a question and he'll say, "Hold on, $50 super chat." Have you ever had homosexual thoughts? You know what I mean? It was just not.
I
a
heard
good
that.
environment.
I'm like, poor Max.
Yeah,
Max
exactly.
is like the straight man, and he's got a mission, and then this fucker Cecil's like, homosexuality super chat.
Yeah, I've got to read these. It's $50.
And yeah, poor Max, because he doesn't do any of the super chat shit, and this he's ready, he's blood in the water. And then this guy's like distracting him, so he loses focus. And
yeah, and it was in the middle of the night. Like it was like 4 a.m. or something. So I think that it would be a little more productive if they could have a one-on-one chat on my channel and just work it out.
Yeah, honestly, I appreciate you and Jeremy coordinating this. I'm excited to see, drama is of course just interesting. You're gonna get a lot of watch time on your channel just for this. So,
Yeah.
props to you just on that. But no, I really appreciate. I've said it on my channel with the Fandom Menace, where it's like I just see critiques of the Fandom Menace, not turn my back or ditching them or any of that. But critiques I have about the generalities of our movement kind of becoming an echo chamber itself, like our opposition says, and me trying to do my part to stop that, to shift that away, and get back to what we're about. And you yourself have been very much critical, of course, with sequel trilogy and the EU being decanonized or legends, however you want to term it. But being positive and being like, hey, well, at least I have this 40 years of media to invest in while everything's gone to shit. And Yeah. Anyone else want to address the Memex and the Jeremy stream that Ryan's going to have tomorrow or the next day? And if not, we can get into Ryan and haters. I wanted to talk about that.
Oh,
And that's why I'm here.
Oh,
I thought we had our blood sports last night, drunk.
Wait, I
We
was
had a little
on.
IBS.
I was on a stream last night. Oh, you talking about Hoff and Vase?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot that they were around.
Yeah, shout out to
Oh.
Huff and Base.
Ouch.
Hey, no.
Ouch.
Yeah, we had a great time on their stream. The other
Yeah,
night.
no,
That
they're
was
good
awesome.
people, man. They're good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Hoff's first stream is actually the Captain Marvel Challenge stream with Drunk 3PO.
There you go. I don't know. I have a lot of firsts. I got
Sorry,
a lot
it
of
was- it's
firsts
a vase,
on this
not
round
Hoff.
table. First right up here.
That's right.
here we go.
19K Fox, a couple firsts over there. So
Sir.
I'm just saying,
My brother.
when it's all said and done, you'll see the Drunk 3PO
You know,
roots have
you know,
been
Drunk-
interwoven into everyone. I think I was Lethal Lightning's first super chat, right?
No, it
Oh,
was.
stop! Just give me my Come on, man. Give it-
You know, it'd be really cool if someone would let you like on their channel, someone that was like, I don't know, just hit 1K. I don't know, maybe somebody on this, I don't know. just pick somebody. Maybe they're north of you.
And I love it. Mads Mama Bear Angus was like, "Well, how did you find?" Oh, I found the Black Guys in a Drunk Show. Also, right here. I'm just saying. So my panel, your panelist, I'm just saying.
Well, actually, Drunk, she said she found it via the Fandom Collective, which
Yeah.
I'm a founding father. So.
They posted.
Sorry
they
to put a
posted the
mushroom
link.
stamp on your
It's okay.
on your forehead, but
Well, and you know what I was gonna do, drunk. And I know you've had me on your channel 3 times and promoted me, and got me all these subs and everything. But I haven't had you on there yet. I was gonna have you this weekend, but
I
then
know.
and then Jeremy came from the top ropes, like, "Hey, you want to do the stream with me?" I'm like,
I know.
"Yeah, drunk can wait." So
I heard. I know.
Ryan said droids' rights do not matter. in
Yeah,
fact.
do not. I understand.
to be fair, you had a Rambo First Blood watch party or something, and didn't invite you specifically. Didn't you
Okay.
invited literally everyone in the world except me?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have a party. I just was feeling upset at the time, so I just threw it out there to make you feel jealous. That's all.
Ooh, well, it
Wait, what
fucking
was
worked.
this Rambo party? What was this Rambo party, Drunk?
I didn't have it. Okay, I have no friends. I need a friend. Lethal, come be my roommate. Lethal, come on.
Maybe come be my roommate, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got to get the bed ready.
what
Ooh,
size is that bed?
You don't worry about that.
Speaking of which,
Good room for both of you.
how is the Chad and how is his virgin?
The Chad and the Virgin. Oh, yeah, things have settled down a little bit. We just moved into, the mundane life, the quiet life suits us,
Quiet.
The relationship is fully asserted. The structure is well in place. So, we'll just do my thing.
Ryan, do you know what we're talking about?
I don't know the lore behind this. I know about Chads and virgins, but I don't know what
Oh.
I
specifically
bet you know
Lethal's
about
talking
Chad's
about.
all right.
Yeah, a little bit.
You left it open. I had to. No. So I was about to go to bed, and then I see this back and forth video dissing of Lethal and Proper. So what I did before they were smart enough to delete them off Twitter, I downloaded
Full of
each of
record,
them.
never deleted them.
I downloaded each of them, and I just essentially narrated a documentary of their interactions. It's called "The Chad and His Virgin."
Who is who?
Lethal, of course, is the Chad, and Proper Jeremy is the Virgin.
It's disgusting. Don't worry.
Just, I'll give you one. I'll give you one little thing to look out for.
To look out for. It's
Butt
disgusting.
juice.
Yeah.
Butt juice.
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
Exactly.
I'll have to look into those.
Yeah. It's on my playlist under the comedic creations.
Look at 19K Fox. He's freaked out.
I don't know why. He's wearing a cowboy hat. He must be a fan of Brokeback Mountain.
Oh yeah.
There's no mount involved.
This should not be foreign territory.
It is true.
Sean's kit.
Fox is like, I see what he's doing. I understand. He wore the Dunder Mifflin shirt, right, to throw because everybody loves The Office.
I'm
So
messing with you.
it throws off all the fucking hate that he should have for that stupid ass
It's gonna be
hat.
word association from now on. Cowboys.
Honestly, they got a great color scheme, dude. And I would never want one of my favorite retro jerseys or alternates is the Cowboys like Thanksgiving, like the white helmet, blue star, none of the silver. It looks really cool. I honestly love it. And
Cowboys have a tough team they got a tough game this week though. It's gonna be tough.
Who are they playing?
I think they're playing Miami.
Poor Truck 3PO.
If you're not subscribed to Sports Wars, you better, because every Sunday I do a Miami Dolphin sucks rant, and they're pretty good view, pretty high view.
I'll be right back. Lethal, I'll leave you in charge for the moment.
Awesome.
He's got no clothes
I
on.
trust you. I
Who else
trust you,
would we
Chad.
leave?
I have clothes on.
I feel overdressed.
Yeah, dude. It's 9:38 a.m.
All right.
I'm hoping to be interviewing Mara freaking Jade, the real one, in about an hour and 30 minutes. I've had my coffee. I feel like I'm in prime condition here. What are you expecting from me, 3PO?
Shirt, maybe.
Take your robe off.
Take my robe off? Why would I? Are you coming on to me?
I think she is.
I'm actually coming on to Ryan, but he doesn't realize it yet.
Well, he showed me his little Geeks and Gamer logo there. Then I popped this one out. So
Oh, don't the guy above me? The guy above me. He's the perfect model.
that's true. Look at 19K Fox. Look at that.
Have you put?
Why doesn't this man have more subs? You should just put up videos. You shouldn't even talk, Fox. You should just look at the camera. You just look at the camera and gaze in the lady's eyes, and they should be subbing you immediately.
I don't think it's how it works.
Oh, it is.
I'll try though. My next 4 videos just.
It's Jesse's calling me.
Hello? I get. Put him on speaker.
Hey, you're live with about 300 people.
No shit. What's up?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for cursing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just got excited. Hey, what you doing tomorrow?
I'm here with Lethal Lightning too.
Ask him what he's wearing.
Lethal.
Lethal wants to know what you're wearing.
I'm literally taking off my pants right now to put some shorts on. So it's a good thing he asked right now.
He took his pants off.
Wait, is this exaggeration nation?
Yeah, Lethal's in a robe actually. Yeah.
Exact right time. That's great.
Yeah.
Listen, tomorrow night I won't keep you long. Tomorrow night I'm going to a concert. It is Game of Thrones full orchestral music concert, and I've got a free ticket. You want to go?
Hold on. Y'all carry on, because Jesse just did a dumb thing.
Oh, what concert are you guys going to? Where is that?
Oh yeah, we're all gonna be there.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fully going to some Village People cover band concert. He just doesn't want anyone to hear about it. He thinks he's so important now that he's on Geeks and Gamers that everybody's just gonna be, they doxed where he's at. They're gonna go and show up. So now he's on Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
That's the way it works, Ryan. That's the way it works.
Hey,
I
Lucas,
guess so.
Come here. You want to say hi to people? No.
Hello.
Not yet. Gotta get you in front of camera first, silly. All right, let me turn on my cam.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Wanna say hi
Here
to
is Black Angus the second. Wait for him to say hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Look, it's Drunk 3PO's chair.
Look at
Wow.
Lethal putting up his robe. He's like, oh my God, there's a child.
Oh look, Mads has a
Oh,
That's the little bear.
Uh-oh, I turn off my
little
cam.
bear.
Yeah, she has a dog.
Girl.
Are you gonna give me some soup that you made in your kitchen? Ooh, wow.
Okay, I got that taken care of.
Does Angus
Hey,
just get
hey.
his child to bring him
Yep.
food?
That's the one I watch
Say
every
hi
Tuesday.
to Drunk 3PO.
I like watching Funnel Vision.
Oh my god.
Different set of YouTube.
Yeah,
This is hilarious.
I like watching
got
Funnel
little
Vision.
toys.
Go, go,
Funnel Vision
I also
is
got a
crazy.
van.
It's
go.
So funny.
Oh,
Jeez.
that's getting clipped.
This is gonna be one of those weird ass videos that randomly have a million kids videos suggested afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my son is obsessed with Blippi. They won't stop. It's all about Blippi. Even his birthday party was Blippi. Look him up. Hey, go away.
I won't mind. My daughter watches him at random.
Oh, so you know Blippi too? God, yeah. He kind of
Yeah.
crosses
And I watch
the gay line. I'm like, this guy's kind of weird. I don't know if I want my kid
No,
watching him.
he's playing it out.
Oh yeah, no, I know that, but it's like
There's
he
no doubt
plays it
about
up
that.
so well that I'm like, I'm concerned. But anyway, we're getting back to Ryan. Your haters.
Sorry.
How many? All right. So, have you been in contact yet with like Jeremy haters? And if so, like, how many are lined up for this stream?
It's surprisingly not as many as I thought. I kind of need some more, to be honest with you. I've got to. I'm not gonna put it out or anything because I don't want that. If they don't put it out, because I don't want them to
No,
get, whatever. But I've got a couple lined up so far. Like I said, I would really like to get Max to give him a fair shake, I think. And I think Jeremy wants that too, honestly. And then obviously there is a group of people who you call them Ryan haters, who are Jeremy haters, and then kind of ancillary a little towards me and what's been going on the past couple of weeks. Lethal knows all about that. But I have reached out to a couple of those people as well. I haven't heard back yet. I'm hoping I do. I do understand that it's tough for anyone to look at coming on my channel as neutral ground, because obviously it's not. I am Fandom Menace and I am associated with Geeks and Gamers, but I'm going to do the best I possibly can to kind of remain, and because that is what I want, is just for a little bit of civil dialogue between everybody. We don't necessarily need Jerry Springer up in here, and if we can just squash some of these beefs and move forward, I think that's best for everybody.
Whoa. Don't be appropriating my culture, bro.
Oh, sorry. Beefs, yeah.
You say that with respect.
It's what's for dinner.
All right, y'all. Hey, Angus, thanks for letting me on. I gotta bounce. So.
Oh, of course you do.
You're going to your bloody concert, aren't you? Your bloody Village People cover band concert. We heard that you didn't mute yourself.
Bye.
Dude, Village People, that's some cool shit. Snowdub says, Drunk 3PO has a van.
And toys. Yeah.
The Senate says,
Go
hello,
away.
second Angus.
Stop it.
Let me see. There is this careful drunk. Someone could take that out of context.
Sure would be a shame if someone took that out of context.
But yeah, so like, no, it's funny though, because what was your thoughts? Like, did you know, Ryan, that you were gonna get some hate right off the bat just for being EU off of Geeks and Gamers? Like,
No.
Was there any game plan like, hey, you're gonna get a lot of hate just because blah, If anything, I was like, wow, there's EU content on. That's a cool kind of, audible.
Yeah, I did not expect it right away. It was like immediately this group of 5 or so individuals, and they haven't really come around my channel lately, which is fine, and I appreciate that, and they've kind of moved away from coming over on my stuff, but I know you've had some run-ins with them, and so
Not even that. Not even that. It's the recent stream I seen on the main one is they're even going after who's the big EU guy you stream with?
Matt Wilkins.
Yeah, your involvement with this guy has destroyed the EU movement. You know, they've gone over the Fandom Menace. It's done. How do you feel about that, Ryan?
I disagree with that. I think I have seen so many people, in my comments and stuff and in live streams saying that they had heard about the EU or even they weren't even aware of it and they're getting into it now. And I've got tons of people saying, I've just read the Thrawn trilogy. It was awesome. I can't wait to read more. People asking all the time, how do I get into it? And I'm sure Lethal hears all the same stuff in his chats as well. It just seems like more and more people are talking about it. More and more people are getting into it. I think it's a great thing. Like I said, the Fandom Menace is not the EU movement, and the Fandom Menace isn't trying to take it over or anything. But I do think there are a lot of people in the Fandom Menace that want good Star Wars stories. And in my opinion, there happens to be great ones in the expanded universe. And, if we can get more people to enjoy it and more people to ask Lucasfilm for more, then we have a better chance of getting more Legends content. That's the way I feel. And I think that it's been good overall.
You only really got the hate because of the Geeks and Gamers involvement. Like I'd been doing a year content for about, I don't know, over a year, and I never got the hate you did. It's purely because of the Geeks and Gamers connection, which is weird, really, when you think about it. Everyone wants the same thing, and us and them, we like the same stuff, but they just decide to hate on you because of what the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah.
Forgive my ignorance, but what's the problem? I don't understand. I'm just not making a connection.
So overall, there's a very small portion of people in that fandom that feel like basically everyone associated with the Fandom Menace is like far right, like dangerous, like fascist, Nazi sympathizers, sexist, misogynist, whatever, right? And specifically that all the big people that feel that way and kind of direct the movement. And I've experienced something completely different, probably along with everybody else here, feels that they've experienced something completely different. But they don't want that. They see that and they're like, we don't want that associated with our movement. But it's an inaccurate portrayal, in my opinion. And two, they don't control the movement, just like I don't control the Fandom Menace, just like Jeremy doesn't control the Fandom Menace. Like that's not how it works.
Puerto Rican Jeremy, we won't disclose that. Aside from Max, just because that's already public info from the recent stream and on my clip recently. Yeah.
I should come on that stream and just, air my grievances with like him being American, just, unleash my full American rant.
I guess Americans suck.
Americans. That's my issue. Oh, Lethal, why do you have an issue? You're American.
Yeah. Let me see. Other topics I had. Magneto, or Black Magneto, as others might say. Thoughts on this, Mad's Mama Bear, expert, given your proximity to blackface Prime Minister.
Okay, one, I do not actually know the Prime Minister.
She's the closest,
Do
though.
not say blah, blah, blah. I grew up watching all sorts of comic stuff. I was that girl in the 90s hanging out in comic book shops, and literally they really do actually look at anything with boobs like, that look of fear. But so I want to say that yes, the whole diversity it's a good thing. You want to bring in a black version, make it somebody that was in the camps with him. He is one of the classic, original characters. Don't mess with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. Like I found this new guy on accident because he was like, I guess one of his videos was recommending me or vice versa which is cool. But he's like mainly a gameplay reaction guy. Um, he was doing a reaction to Amazing Lucas about this topic, and I don't really watch Amazing Lucas. It kind of annoys the fuck out of me, honestly. Um, but he was talking about like, oh, like this black character, this blackwashing, that blackwashing in the MCU or comics. Didn't say anything because these characters are kind of bullshit, so no one cares. But Magneto, that's a different story, and that's I can kind of be on that fence because like I didn't even think about Domino in Deadpool 2. She's supposed to be white. Um, because it's kind of like, who cares? It's a Deadpool comic, you know. uh, but yeah, it's
the
kind
most
of
you see of Domino is face paint.
yeah.
It's
So I'm
not
kind yeah, but Magneto, like I was talking with someone. Apparently, his original origin was just being a gypsy. Not all gypsies are Jews, vice versa. Although they can be both.
They did experience the same kind of persecution.
Yeah, no,
They,
yeah,
they
I
were
similar
both,
way.
they were both in the camps. Yes.
Yeah, but at some point, I'm not sure how long it was from the origin to all right, now this is like his mainstay kind of origin with being a Jew, Holocaust. I don't know that backstory. I'm ignoring the comics of Magneto, but that's how I've always known from the movies and stuff. And with such a strong identity, especially a strong period of time for that, I don't think you should change. It's clearly part of the character. I did a video about it. And gave a couple ideas, even one that ties with the MCU somewhat directly with Iron Man's story in the Middle East in the first one.
But don't you think that it's they try to keep these stories, just playing devil's advocate here, they're trying to keep these stories relevant in a modern timeline, like in like what could be our time, our age. But for someone that went through the Holocaust and all that, it's like how many of them are actually left? You know what I mean? And how old would he be now? So I can understand them wanting to update it.
Yeah,
That Magneto is such a legacy character. You know, you just got to be really careful with how you go about that stuff.
yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, like I watched Rob Jefferson of Comics Explain. I don't know if it was his channel or the Comics Explain channel. Like he's got two different ones, but um, I kind of agree where it's like, hey, yeah, let's do different stuff. But he mentioned like alt right or whatever, and I don't know if he just meant like what is Comicsgate or if he just meant actual racist or whatever. But like, if you're racist, you're not reading X-Men because that's very much diversity.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what he meant exactly. But I'm kind of in that camp. I'm kind of the devil's advocate. You're playing where it's like, hey, let's play with stuff. My idea was keeping them Jewish, but using different key points in Israeli history or Middle Eastern Jewish history. So you can keep that kind of identity, which makes a lot of sense for if you make him a Jew that's Israeli or somewhere around there in the Middle East, you can still preserve the kind of mindset of being a minority, being oppressed, and then doubly being a minority in the sense of being a mutant against humankind.
It'd be really woke to make him Palestinian.
But the problem that I address is that Anna Samanat, or however the hell you say Sana Amanat, the VP at Marvel, is a Muslim. And you've seen it like in diversity in comics, or Comics Matter to Boys Act now. But he did a video about a Captain or a Miss Marvel video or a comic where they kind of cleanse the history that leads into Pakistan's origin with the Muslim exodus into Pakistan territory, and they just kind of cleanse it and be like, poor grandfather or grandmother, whatever, with Kamala Khan's family, and I address it like there's a reason for this divide and civil war and everything with ideology, and I think that's kind of why they're getting away from Jews because if you updated the character as Jewish, it's going to be Muslim conflicts, and therefore it puts Muslims in a bad light in their view. Normal people think, oh yeah, this is just like their beef. It's kind of just the core of their divide. But
Yeah,
the
because
thing is,
we've
like, Islam is an ideology. That's the main thing I kind of talk about. Is like, yes, it's mainly brown people in the Middle East, but it's everywhere. You know, just like Hindu, Christendom, whatever.
With Magneto, it was all that. The thing with the Holocaust thing, and him surviving that, was he saw humanity at their absolute worst, which kind of plays into why he's, as a mutant, he just hates humans. You know, it builds upon that. So you need something that really hits hard like that, and that's why, like, you know, kind of sounds weird to say, but the Holocaust is almost a perfect setting for a character like Magneto.
And the problem is you begin this never-ending journey to find like, okay, human atrocity and oppression, and you're going to run out of those scenarios. So at some point, you just got to sort of wipe the slate clean if they want to keep him current and give him a generic, Batman story. My parents were killed when I was young, and that was my, traumatic event. I mean, it's got to be something different because we can't just keep straight. I mean, what's next? I mean, it's like, if you're going to go black and you're dealing with slavery, well, hell, that's backwards. That's
19K Fox. I got a perfect scenario for you to update him. And you can make him black if you want, or it can just be a white Jew, whatever. But you can be at Charlottesville, was it North Carolina, Virginia, whatever. And Magneto's mommy's the one that got ran over by the white nationalist.
Perfect.
And it's Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. Magneto is around.
It's like, James Charles!
Curse you bastard.
And
Orange
then
Man.
And then you'll see the updated version of like Black Klansman, where like, this is where Magneto came from. Thanks, white supremacists. Like,
I mean, it's a perfect point. I mean, he saw humanity at its worst. But that example is not going to be echoed throughout time. I mean, that was a significant event, and you're not going to you can't. Okay, well, 20 years later it happened again, and 20 years later it happened again. You're going to run out of those examples. So what do you do? I mean, if the thing is you got to keep him current, you're going to have to give him either a generic backstory or I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing is like with modern history, what would make sense to kind of keep him in line with his origin, his original origin. With Judaism is like Muslims. There's so many, and I point out where it's like Al Qaeda started suicide bombing Israel in '89 and on. So there's a fairly modern, and you could tie that in. Or I even talk about the 10 Rings from Ironman 1 is the terrorist organization he deals with in Afghanistan. But still, it's Islamic. I even had an argument with a teacher in a very liberal class about I didn't realize it back then, is before Fandom Menace and all this awareness with red pilling channels. But he was talking about he shared some video about brown people, Middle Eastern Muslims, they never been showed nicely in film. He showed all this clips in this video of Lawrence of Arabia and etc. Usually they're just bad or exotic. And I'm like, well, we're Americans, so that's kind of just inevitable. But also, even in good examples like Iron Man, if you understand deploying to Afghanistan and Iraq, you got this culture of Pashtu Wali where you have something like Lone Survivor movie with Mark Wahlberg where they show it in a very good light where it's like, Pashtu Wali, oh, you're a guest, we'll take care of you better than our family, like a lot in the Bible. But the inverse of that is I could say a yo mama joke in public and the tribe will hear it, and so the only way you can get good standing again is to kill me. It's so extreme both ways, and so it's like they're not willing to cross that because of Orange Man bad and everything. So, hey, what's up, Second Street?
Oh, Second Street in the chat.
Oh, you know Second Street?
Oh yeah, Second Street's awesome, man.
Everyone knows Second Street.
Trinity.
That intro, he did a Mad Max inspired intro on Ribbit and Bigot, and I loved it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was watching that. That was hilarious, actually.
Lethal, besides, how long away is your stream with special guest?
An hour.
I don't want to name drop if it's an hour.
1 hour. 1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah. All right, everyone, if you haven't, sub to Lethal Lightning and hit that bell. Be ready for his stream. So we'll be in this pretty soon. I know there's not a Senate after this, but I still just got stuff to do.
Dude, I am so nervous, man. I feel like I'm about to lose my virginity again.
Lucky you.
I mean, how long do you say you have her on though? Can't be like when you lost your virginity, right? Yeah, you've got to last at least an hour here, so just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool for me. Me and Rookie, we had the Ahsoka cosplayer Ray Kinnick's on.
Yeah, that was wicked.
And it was like, oh, I gotta hope I can make this last an hour, and then it's like it went on for 2, and it's like that was awesome.
Nice.
I don't know. My biggest concern is
Tech stuff.
What, tech stuff, and what if she's just a no-show?
Or what if
You
she
think
just
she gets
sucks actually on stream? You're like, God, this chick's boring as fuck.
That sentence could have gone left very easily, you know that.
Well,
But that probably would help the viewers.
until the channel nuking. But yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I keep I've been checking my phone this whole stream. Like, oh my god, has she replied saying, "Hey, I'm ready when you are"? Is she saying, "Hey, I might need a bit of time," whatever. I'm just keep checking. It's like,
Oh, why don't you just call her like a Chad?
Oh my God!
Instead of waiting for her like the virgin.
Well,
Oh my God, Ryan, have you streamed with Proper Jeremy?
I've been on with Proper.
Okay. So you've gotten a taste of both of these guys. I can't wait till you watch the Virgin, Chad and the Virgin, and I just can't wait for your feedback on this video.
yeah, you
And
should watch it,
because
Ryan.
the origin, believe it or not, is from Josiah Rises of all channels,
What?
a Christian channel.
Christian channel.
I just happened to be in his chat, and then this back and forth is going on, and then it carried over into Twitter before I went to sleep, and so I jumped on it the next day.
Yeah, and didn't proper called you when we found out.
Yeah, it was coincidental actually. Like, so if people don't know, I work security. Okay, and the site I was at, I did a video where I'm like, hey, for a while I was trying to do Fandom Menace parent streams, where I'm like, hey, if you're a parent in the Fandom Menace, hit me up and we'll have a stream and whatever. And pretty much I was saying, I'm not going to vet you. And then, like, there got to be some borderline shit where it wasn't like, ha ha ha, I don't want my kid to be gay. It was like, kind of whoa, this is kind of bigoted shit where it's like, I don't think I want you on. And so I kind of realized, like, oh, yeah, I probably should vet you. So having a channel actually does help me.
Well, you're gatekeeping?
Yeah, it was gatekeeping.
Gatekeeper.
That's why I haven't had a third Fandom Menace parent stream, but yeah, like this is going on, and fuck, I'm trying to think of the timeline. It's been a while. Oh yeah, okay. So I did a video where I'm like calling all Fandom Menace parents. If you want to be on stream and have your thoughts heard, you're not a channel, but you just have something to say. Come on, I'll have you on. I was doing this quick video. It was at work, and I filmed it because I was in the military. I dealt with stuff before with, revealing too much info, whatever, that type of training. So I was filming it. I made sure there's no badge, so my company. There's no patch you can see. I even turned my beanie backwards. I filmed it like up towards the ceiling so you can't see any like writing behind me. But the company I work for, that was contracted by. They like saw this somehow, I guess, from my search history on the computer or whatever, when I was like changing the tag or whatever. And so like, oh, this guy's filming and we got this clearance with like anti-terror and it's gonna ruin us and blah blah blah. They were trying to find a way to fire me because they were scared it was gonna like ruin some business shit, but it wasn't. And so I was like really petrified that I was gonna get fired that day. And then right when Proper Jeremy called, right after I edited and uploaded this video on my phone, the boss of like the region came, and I'm like, oh fuck me, And so the Proper kept calling me. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I kept hitting mute, and yeah, he was fine with it. But I was like, oh no, he's pissed at me, and I'm gonna get fired. It was a crazy day. Ended up working out, but. But yeah, there's a lot of personal investment where and so I was just sitting there. I was so petrified. Oh crap, I'm gonna get fired. How am I gonna like lie to my wife about it, about why I got fired and all this stuff. And then eventually I'm like, fuck it. If I'm fired, then might as well make a video, And yeah, and so there's a lot of memories tied to that video, along with just the silliness of it.
Gosh, I was. Lethal, did you see? You've probably been asleep because you're on the other side of the fucking world. But I posted a new video today. Did you check out the title at all?
You're muted.
He probably can't. He's muted.
Oopsies,
Yeah.
the Nightwing one.
Yeah. Did you like the title?
Why I love Nightwing.
No, it's Nightwing. It says Nightwing, why I love Dick. Parentheses. And it is so in the red and everything analytics wise. I think I maybe shouldn't have put Dick in the title. I don't know, but that's all right. I thought it was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
The Senate memed it like immediately. He just he screenshotted just with the part where it says "Why I Love Dick," and posted, "Hey, this is a great new video by Ryan Kittle, RK Outpost. Check it out."
You know, honestly, I think he's an underrated memer.
Oh man, he's been
without a
awesome.
doubt.
He's pretty good.
Who's that?
The Senate.
Oh, dude, Senate's hilarious. The fact he did that one with all the it's like a Comic-Con setup with different tables and two to a table, and it's me and Red Gaze. I'm like, that's fucking perfect. It's I'm mainly Fandom Menace from Comicsgate. He's mainly Comicsgate, but Fandom Menace, perfect duo.
Yeah, where would you sit those ones? I love seeing him in General Zod's stream where he's in the chat because all he does is just abuse him, ruthlessly type insults.
I think he's a high schooler, so that's even funnier that he's
Yeah.
poking
Yeah.
this karate theater guy.
I tell you what, man, the next generation of memers is going to be a scary one. There's this kid that's been watching my channel since I was at 300 subscribers, man. He's 14, 15, and oh my god, the things he used to type in the chat, I'd be looking at going, dude, I'm not reading that, man. And the memes he makes, holy shit, the memes. He went through this massive Brie Larson spell. We made 50 Brie Larson memes. Oh, it was ruthless, man. He had one with me, putting my fist in her, right up in there.
The back hole?
The front lower back hole.
Oh.
Oh, now I get you.
Yeah, I'll tell you that, man.
No,
Next generation of members, we're gonna have
It's all over.
it's gonna every single memer is gonna be Menace sex level, and within 20 years, it's gonna be scary.
Memes, take your back hole.
Your back hole. Did you see the one he did with Methwin? Where he's playing World of Warcraft, and he made his character Methwin.
No. Oh yeah. I did see that. Oh my god. I didn't know it was World of Warcraft. I thought it was a random game that they look, it looks like Edwin.
No, he would have made his character specifically to look like that.
Oh my god. Have you seen the Edwin stuff, Ryan?
Yes, I have. I don't know what's going on with him, man.
Oh my god.
It's funny.
Honestly, I really think because it was weird because I'm War Campaign, but I'm mainly fan of Menace, so it's some of these intricacies I have to catch up with in chats and stuff. So, I'm here for support and stuff, but it's I'm the lighter side of a War Campaign. It's I jump in, I'm like, hey, explain this. Okay, all right, now I understand.
Oh, it's so good.
But it was very clear that because before all this started falling apart, he was on War Campaign a couple weeks before that, and he was they were like, hey Edwin, say you like fudge. And he did, he's like, I like fudge. And
Stop talking about fudge.
and then all of a sudden he just got started talking about laws and stuff, harassment and this and that, cyberbullying, and he just kept on, and he had that stream that I came on where I'm like, if we're not SJWs, then quit crying about Rose's joke, because he apologized, so get over it, and everyone's still being SJW about it. To this day, still bringing it up. And it kind of corresponded where, I'm not sure how much Edwin knew beforehand, but because he's behind the scenes, but Gat released on a stream hey, we're doing CG Jumpstart. It's kind of like IndieCron, but a magazine, and yeah, we'll essentially it's gatekeeping people.
CG only.
CG only, CG Jumpstart. Yeah, it's kind of they're kind of interchangeable from my understanding, but yeah, they released this idea, and then I don't know. That's when I was gonna say Methwin. Edwin started kind of just turning an anti-war campaign out of nowhere, which is weird because he was all about like being reasonable and like, hey, like I even like this meme, and then all of a sudden it's like, stop the fudge, and I saved that. I saved that on my channel for it was an instant meme. I couldn't wait to get in the chat. So like, did you see that the fudge? Oh man, it's
I
never
do
stopped.
think, yeah, I do think that I think I talked about this maybe last time I was on with you. I think that so many of the comic pros and the bad actors and stuff from anti-Comicsgate have blocked everybody. You know, they're like not engaging anymore effectively, and I think it's led to infighting, unfortunately, and I wish it wasn't that way.
Can you please screen share this, Angus?
I am.
Methwin, level 1 priest.
Priest level. That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
No,
That's
it's
good.
unfortunate too because what's his like Rose talking about, like, when I hear Edwin talk about Christ, whatever, like I feel like I'm talking about God or this or that, and it's like, yeah, I definitely don't agree. I'm an atheist, so I don't really care in the in game, but I definitely see the reverence and goodwill and stuff. I could sell it to people and be like, hey, like if you're about this, check out Edwin. And they just got like aggro, and I really think it's business investment and stuff. And now you see Ben Hennessy has like sold cautionary comics, so it's like, oh, can't, you're all hard at us, and out of nowhere you just fold. So you can see a lot of bad actors, like you say, fall off the table. I really think it's just a purge that you need. CG, it kind of gets. It's like the Crusades. Crusades, regardless of what you think of the Crusades and the fighting in the Middle East, there was a clear endeavor from the get-go that perhaps got warped, or was maybe warped from the beginning. Who knows? But there's like a clear angle, like Fandom with Comicsgate, and you get people that try to like steer it their way instead of like, I'm not doing that, but this is like the open range of Comicsgate. And it's like each person can kind of pick how far they want to go with that. But there's like the minimum, like keep politics out of your products, treat customers nice. That's really it. That's the bare bones of Comicsgate. And then you get shit like creators like, oh, you're a Muslim. Okay, now I'll give you your refund. Hope you find God. And it's like, what? Like, just give him a refund.
Oh boy.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, funny thing. So, I shared a thing about Grace Randolph. I screenshotted her at the time. Let me check and see how far she is now, plus or minus. But crazy enough, I've never seen a Grace Randolph video with more dislikes than likes.
Did she get ratioed?
She got ratioed
pretty
hard
hard
on her Rambo. She had 47,000 views. She had 2.5 thousand dislikes to 1.7 likes on her Rambo review. And she's like, not only is it racist and misogynistic, but it's not even directed well, and this and that. And I've heard this from even 19K Fox is a Rambo fan. I've only seen the first two so far. I think one is way better than two. But I'm interested to see them all leading into Last Blood.
I love my Rambo. Rambo is like my favorite American.
I'm seeing a lot of like either it's Rambo, what do you expect, or yeah, it wasn't directed well, but it's Rambo, so it did everything you expect it to do. So like I'm seeing a general, if you're a Rambo fan or you're just kind of in the middle of politics skewing your reviews, it's kind of like at worst a 2.5 if not higher. It does the job. It's action movie like you expect. But yeah, 19K, walk us through this. Walk us through this, and then we'll go with Lightning and then Mads. Oh, shit. No! I don't want to get copyright strike. I don't want to get Mayland. Yeah, so walk us through like your take with this and 19K, and then we'll go on to Lethal. in concerns with Rambo.
Matt's going first.
No, you and then Lethal. And
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I'm
Okay,
not sure
so-
Mad's experience with Rambo. That's why I kind of.
Well, so for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Rambo fan. I bought all the knives. I've got 3 sons. When they turn 14, they each get a knife. Okay, I got all the movies. I'm there. Okay, the problems I had with this movie have absolutely nothing to do with the whole border struggle, the whole Trump connection, whatever. I think that's just made up and ridiculous. But the movie itself, it's like it's actually struggling to. It's not just a straight up action movie. It's not like, okay, this is Expendables 4. No, it's not. That's not what it is. It's the darkest movie of all 5. I mean, it goes places. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil anything. It goes places that you're like, oh, damn, that's, you're not pulling any punches. But it's accurate. It happens. It really happens. So it's not like it's stretching the truth, but for me, it struggles between trying to be like this emotional movie and then try to go back to being an action movie. And I think that some of the kills, it's like, why don't you just hold that for a second? It happens so quick. You're like, what happened? I don't understand what happened. But other than that, I thought it was it's my least favorite Rambo movie, but it's still a good movie. I think one thing I didn't say in my review I wanted to say was Rambo had too much dialogue. I think he shouldn't have talked as much as he did. He should have been stoic and quiet, and just ominous,
Yeah, I seeing the first Rambo and even in the 2. Not that I hate 2, I just think it has a kind of John Wick 3 problem where it's like sniffing its own farts with its style of like what it, like this is what we do, and it's like, oh, okay, this is. I don't know what you would do, but I'm just like whatever. But the first one especially, I don't know if I did video this. I was talking with someone about this. Like, it does kind of mirrors in certain aspects kind of emotions I think of with the Iraq-Afghanistan era of America. We're still kind of in it, but it's, I think, as far as I know, done. As far as public concern.
Right. The Vietnam War was unique in that the soldiers were not respected when they came home. They were called baby killers, and they were spit on, and it was a different time. I mean, at least now, the PTSD and all that is still there, but there is a respect paid to soldiers when they come home, and so that I think was unique. And much like the first Rocky movie, where it was very low budget and indie and emotional. The First Blood was similar, but then you could see that the 2 franchises took their own path. From that point on, they were sort of not necessarily formulaic, but formulaic. I mean, just
Yeah, I think the one thing that kind of got me was the end of Rambo 2, and then of course the hottie. I can't think of her name right now, but the Asian cutie in 2.
Oh yeah. Yes, I can't remember her name either.
I was just, like I've been, Lethal's got the toxic masculinity. I've been pushing the classic or retro toxic masculinity, like Rambo.
I fully respect that.
And I just watched Creature from the Black Lagoon for the first time. Oh God, I think it was Julie Adams.
It is.
What a
Oh
looker.
yeah,
Oh,
I know. Mm.
But yeah, same with Round 2. And I'm watching it, and it's kind of dull at the moment. And then he's kind of relating to Scroll, and then like, oh wow, he's got a connection with someone that kind of relates to his insight into the world. And then pop, 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 dead. More motivation. And it's like, God, this guy can't win for losing. And then the end, where it's like, his motivation to go forward, kind of cliffhanger. If you want to make a third one, which they did, of course, with getting every guy home and this and that, and the sentiment coming home and everything. I really like that. Did you deploy 19K?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what year, if you don't mind me asking?
I was 96. It was before it was before Storm. I was in Kuwait for 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. No, you look very youthful. I could have assumed.
Oh, I appreciate
like
it.
You're really good, man.
You're so gosh darn good looking.
You really do.
That's what he's
Like, I'm
saying.
telling you,
Yeah,
you get on that America's Next Top Model, man. Like, honestly, you don't look like much older than me, but you look like you could be my older brother, man.
You've all got 15 minutes to stop this, so continue.
I actually have to jump off. Rambo is something I would love to talk about in the future. I really love Rambo, favorite American, but I do need to jump off. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
good luck
Matt's on
with
there.
Hey,
Mara
Lethal,
Jade.
best of luck, man.
Thank you. I am terrified. She's not going to rock up. I'm
You're gonna do
literally
great.
terrified.
I think you should change your avatar, Lethal, to Methlin.
I don't think I should have this avatar because this is the character that killed her, and
That'd be funny.
It's a good point.
okay, but we'll see how we go.
Hey, I'll be tuned in, man. If for some reason it's not gonna happen, but if for some reason something goes wrong and she's not able to make it, let me know and we'll still make something out of it. All right.
Yeah, we'll just do like a Mara appreciation stream or something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, Matt's on there. You're an
Thanks for
absolute
coming on, man.
and I'll talk to you all later. But I would love to talk some Rambo in the future. Okay, Uru boys and woman, lady. God, I'm shit. I'm terrified. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going.
Just go beat one. Oh, he's gone.
He's got.
I'm just gonna go relieve a little stress real quick before you relax in your stream.
Rough one out before you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many clips today.
Go for it. I stopped myself on the one I didn't want to say. So
You did. I was proud of you.
Yeah, I'm just like the way people can cut this stream with editing. Cause I love editing when
I got toys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
yeah, exactly. It's like go rub one out. Like,
What are you thinking?
it's like Jeremy did that one video where it's like, oh, they got me. It's like, I'm just gonna give it to you. It's like, I love penis. And that video was hilarious.
Dude, so I had Abu Nas on stream. Not maybe last weekend. I don't remember. We talked about the Snyder Cut, and he kept. I'm not going to do this motion because I don't want it. I don't want any clips of it out there. But he kept doing this motion. He's like, all these people sucking the dick, and he just would do the motion. He did it over. He did it like 6 or 7 times, and I was like, dude. Somebody got to clip that.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
When I was deployed,
They just gagging on that Warner Brothers dick. Just
when I was deployed, the
It ain't Warner Brothers he talks about when it comes to that.
yeah, I know.
He does that at least once a week.
when I was deployed, we had
I
this
can
sergeant.
hear it.
Oh, sorry. We had this sergeant who was a real perv, and I ended up finding the backstory about why how he got this way. But he was one of those like sex dungeon weirdos, where like he had a camera set up and all this stuff, and he'd always be saying some stupid shit, like double fisted dicks, and he'd do like the Ted from the Family Guy creator movie and stuff. He'd be doing those motions. So he'd say like, do these motions. I'm thinking of like the double bottle of lotion and stuff.
Jeez.
But yeah, what I was saying before we thought to go was I think there is some kind of spiritual or emotional relation to Iraq, Afghanistan vets with Rambo. Like, given the SJW culture and where these people have benefited from military protection or ability, to say the least, and now they're in a state where they take it for granted and everyone's a toxic male or toxic white, whatever. And so we're kind of getting in a different way. We're getting the same kind of baby killer mentality growing again from the media and stuff that's enculturating people when guys come home, whatever.
It's an interesting point. Yeah.
And so I can't quite enunciate what I'm trying to say, but there's like, I think you get what I'm saying, 19K, and probably Ryan and Mads, but there's a video there for someone. If I can't do it, someone else can, to kind of compare, contrast Iraq and Vietnam and Rambo in the current day, and why it's needed, why we need someone like this. And it's funny, one angle I got with the video, and you can totally steal this, I don't care. Just give me a little shout out if you do. But with this whole everyone crying with like, oh, the racists are showing the cartel or blah 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 Mexicans and this white male. Stallone is a Jew, whether he's practicing or not. He's ethnically Jewish, so he's a minority for one. And it's funny too because like it just shows how little they care. The left cares about women, sexual abuse or anything because it's like that's bad, but if brown people are doing it, then that's racist to call it out.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
it's
just
like
like Trump and the white-clad Democrats during the State of the Union, where it's like you're not supposed to clap for that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like in the fourth Rambo movie, he wanted to highlight Burma because of the atrocities that were happening there, but that was factual. And I will say, in this film, it's the same sort of thing. This happens. It's not some sort of made up scenario. This happens all the time. What you see in the film, I won't spoil it, but the trafficking is there. I mean, it's a real thing. So, it's a stretch for me to see how you would even connect those dots. It's people that are disconnected from reality.
You have any thoughts, Mara? Or sorry, not Mara. I was just chatting to her. Mad's mama bear.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's talking about the Rambo still, or
Sort of, but
distracted by
like
little one.
a bigger context with SJWs and toxic males and whatnot, and sexual abuse and protecting.
Well, that part I do understand. I mean, I do get the response of a lot of people, guys in particular, afraid to interact with me just because I am, surprise, surprise, overly friendly. I'm definitely a flirt.
Nothing wrong
And
with that.
just the visual. I know from experience.
Yeah, I actually had something planned funny, where I was going to say something about like sexual tension. People can finally hear it on the stream, but I was going to like undercut and be like, but it'll never be what me and Ryan has. And Ryan just looks like
He's
lost.
not even
Like,
listening.
I'm really sorry. I'm trying to coordinate haters for tomorrow. So that's what's going on right now. I'm
How
sorry.
appropriate is that?
I'm just no, some of the guys in the chat.
one thing I want to say, being a toxic male, I like women of all shapes and sizes, and I see Mad's profile pic. I'm like, oh, I like that. And then having her on stream, it's like, ooh. And even though I'm not a brony, I appreciate My Little Pony. I saw your shirt earlier before we went live. But that's mainly because of Tumblr. You can figure out why if you're smart. But yeah, let's get some bears in the chat if you're liking Mad's Mama Bear.
It's not My Little Pony though.
What is it?
Let me pull back. My Little Buckbeak.
What is that?
Harry Potter.
Oh, they did like a crossover?
Yeah. Well, no, I got it from Hufflepuff. Think Geek. Some years back. And yeah, it's Buckbeak, the hippogriff that he rides in the third movie, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, I just looked it up, but I'm not seeing like adventurous art like I'm used to with MLP. But that just means people need to get on
pull it back further. I pull it back further, but Buckbeak's unfortunately half under my boob, so.
Well, hey,
good show.
I'm not gonna complain.
Not at all.
Okay, sorry guys. I'm sorry I'm a little out of this.
No, I totally
got to
understand.
get all this hater stuff going on. But real quick, the stuff about Rambo, I haven't seen First Blood yet. I am looking forward to seeing it. I'm not like a huge Rambo fan, but I mean, I like him as much as anybody else. Like, super toxic males just murdering people, right? It's fun to watch. If I didn't watch Grace's video, but I mean, it did get downvoted pretty hard. But I mean, if that's her opinion, I guess at least she didn't try to cater to her audience, and she just put it out there if that's exactly what she thought. So I guess kudos for that. I guess I'll have to wait to make my own. What's up?
She's currently at 3K dislikes to 1.9K thumbs up on 57,000 total views. Um, so the percentage is actually getting worse than when I shared a screenshot. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
before it was like, I don't know, 45, 55. Now it's like 60, 40. So there's becoming a clear divide, and she's one of the libtard not rainbow Rotten Tomato like check marks and stuff. And honestly, the rainbow shit, fuck her, because once she refused to review Brightburn because it was a question of safety. If you're
Yeah.
interested, check my Brightburn review because I actually had the screens of that. Because when I first wrote it, I was like, maybe I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she knows her biases as she's a feminist. But then I looked into her tweets, the threads and stuff, and she replied with, "It's a question of safety," kind of hinting at the same like violent video games are violent for women or whatever. And same thing with Brightburn with the violence against women in the film, which only makes you kind of understand the character, which is ridiculous. Um, you know, Infinity War. One of her complaints about it in her review was they killed a woman, and it's like, well, who the hell else is Thanos going to kill? He doesn't know Quill. He knows Gamora. That's his prized kind of possession slash relation. That's the only thing he
Yeah.
loves. And it's whether you believe it or not, it's in the plot. That's what gets him the stone. He clearly loved her in a demented way. But she happens to be a woman, so it's bad that he killed her. And then, of course, they double down in Endgame and kill another woman. And I loved it. Because I'm like, fuck you, feminists. Kill Black Widow. But every time, she's always like, ooh, there's like a little wind. There's a little breeze of rainbow, in this movie. With, like, talking about Valkyrie and Captain Marvel and this and that. I'm just like, what kind of fucking weirdo goes to a comic movie worried about this? Like, I want to see people get punched in the face, And that's what
Yeah.
she's worried about, is who they're fucking. Um, I know she's done comics. She's worked at Marvel and DC and stuff. She's been connected and whatnot, and she's been genuine in some regard, like Fandom Menace with Game of Thrones and Star Wars. She was actually someone that validated my argument about KK getting fired. But she's just going off the deep end, and she's kind of showing her true colors. So it's frustrating because I do try to learn from her. I try to watch her and see what good is there in her channel. But it's not just my side, my bias, my fan of menaceness. It's just, come on, just review movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Good luck with that.
Is there any reviewers y'all used to watch or you were down for, and then you kind of started seeing something weird happen?
Not really. I never paid. I don't like any critics. I don't give a shit about what they think, to be like perfectly honest. Like, I mean, I guess she does, YouTube and stuff as well. So maybe it's not a great comparison, but I just look around our community for people I like and get all their feedback, and that's pretty much what I. But like any official reviewer, I don't care anything about what they have to say.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. 19K, Mads, any last comments for anything we talked about or anything that we didn't address that you're interested in before we go? I know Ryan has to go. He's done with the haters.
Yeah.
Other schedule stuff, and he's given us a good amount of time. We'll start with Mads. Anything you want to address or you want to add to that we did address?
No, actually, being the first on here for the first time, it's really didn't know what to expect. So this is awesome hanging out with you guys. So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I enjoy our interaction on the Twitter, the friendliness, if you will, and well, loving seeing these bears in the chat for Mad's Mama Bear.
Hell yeah.
She is a foxy lady. Unfortunately, there's no bear puns to use besides Mama Bear, of course. But I can't quite spin that. I just drink. If I didn't know, I just drink.
It's okay. Bear puns are unbearable.
I normally just drink honey brown when I go cheap at the drive-through. And I did get a honey brown, so I'm sipping on that now. But beforehand, I saw something that said orange cream, and it's called Juice, Joose. Not to be confused with Jews. It's not pronounced that way. It's 14% alcohol. I'm like, holy fuck, it's more than twice the honey brown. So I've been sipping on that the whole time. It's kind of unbearable because it's so sweet, and I'm used to rye. Honey brown's not the sweetest I drink anymore. But I've been having fun with that. It's replaced 2 or 3 cans of this honey brown. Now I'm on this quart of honey brown.
Nice.
So yeah. Ryan, anything before you go? You wanna say?
Not much. Again, if you know anyone who has a problem with Jeremy and would like to talk to him, reach out to me. My DMs are open. If you want to get on and talk to him for a civil conversation and actually maybe hash some stuff out. That's going to be tomorrow at around 8 Eastern. I have no idea how long it's going to go because I have no idea how many people we're going to talk to. I hope that, people step up and, bring the heat. We don't just have trolls, you know what I mean, that are going to, get a one line in and have nothing else to say and leave and run away. But I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping that we can actually get some conversation going. But if you guys want to check out my channel, I would really appreciate it. Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost. And also make sure you subscribe to each and every one of these beautiful people on the panel.
Yeah, I expect with all the haters out of nowhere, you'll see RK Outpost. What's your sub count?
1,150.
Okay. By Monday morning, I expect it to be at like 10K because of all the haters and likers coverage. There's going to be some hate subs. There's going to be some like subs. Just to like, I hope this happens again. We need some Jerry. This is what I'm talking about. I've said this before. We need Jerry Springer shit sometimes. We need to not have a hug box in the Fandom Menace. It needs to be some Comicsgate kind of infighting. Just like the best couples, even the best couples bicker sometimes. So at the minimum, we need some bickering and saying like, "Fuck you, man! You got more super chats than me," or whatever the case. I want some drama. It's fun. I'm glad RK is going to moderate. He's pretty good at it from what I see. Pretty fair judge character. Again, sorry, putting you in a weird spot with the Mike Miller discussion.
Now you got to see. Look at that. Look at what I did with that. That's exactly the kind of neutral moderating that I'm going to bring to the stream tomorrow. So no worries. I will make sure that no one gets dogpiled and all that good stuff. So
Ryan, you are Switzerland.
Yeah,
man, that's kind of an insult. Now I think about it.
He just called you a pussy.
Yeah.
DJ Odyssey just said, Mads is so beautiful. She is barely legal for a live stream. See, puns are easy. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah,
Believe it or not, I'm actually 42. Sorry, 41.
What?
My birthday's not that close. I'm in my 40s.
Bullshit.
1978.
I don't care. I don't want to be your kid's around, or it was around, so I just don't want to be explicit. And first year, I don't want to be too, wacky. I don't know what your limits are. So,
That's the second stream. The first one's tame.
But yeah, I like having you on, to say the least. Second Street randomly says, "I'm not a sub. I'm a top." Good to know. Good to know. I'll be sure to keep that in mind in case any Chad Virgin discussion comes about. 19K Fox, anything you want to address? Didn't talk about today that you wanted to, or any extra shilling for yourself? Whatever the case, let's hear it.
No, I've shilled enough. Thanks for having me on. once again, I am 19K Bucks on YouTube, 19K Bucks on Twitter, and yeah, check out my Rambo review and feel free to comment and hate me, I guess.
Yeah. Do you expect? Because I'm in and out with everyone's channels. You know, I never know. Of course, the bigs like the High Council 3. Even though Jeremy's gone, quote unquote, he's there every time now. The High Counselors, I'm always checking out because that's what got me into the fandom was bullshitters. And Jeremy puts out a lot of content repeatedly through the day, so it keeps me just interested. So I'm going to see them first, just this way it is. I think everyone gets that, but outside of that, it's whoever comes up in my sub feed first is what I'll check. Um, and when so to Mad's Mama Bear, we'll might start seeing some content from her. Good range. But 19K, do you expect to maybe do some sports stuff if you haven't already?
Well, being that I'm a Cowboys fan, I can't. I don't know that I'm going to get any traction.
I think you will. You'll be like, "Woo, 2 wins, Super Bowl," and
Hey,
then you're gonna lose
we're,
8 in a
we're going
row.
all the way, guys. We'll probably lose to Miami this week.
You lose
I've thought
8 in a
about doing
row.
I thought about doing like a Monday morning quarterback type thing, but because of my schedule, that kind of sucks. Just kind of, I would like to get that out at a timely manner. I record that on Sunday nights, but I've toyed with the idea. I'm just trying to get my bearings with my channel now. So
Huh, okay. Honestly, I would say hit up Snowdub. You might can do some good Seahawks Cowboys kind of back and forth because you both had
I
some
would
good
love.
playoff games recently in the last decade against each other. You had the famous Romo
Oh,
muff, and then you had the recent win against Seattle, which shouldn't have happened, of course. Um, Clearly, the refs were paid. Uh,
it was totally legit. What are you talking about?
no, it was legit. I was surprised y'all won, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was
well,
a good game.
me too. I was a fan, but yeah, I was surprised also.
But no, I think y'all could have a good dynamic. You seem great for streams and for collabs and stuff. So I'll pass the word to him. I'll be, hey, this
I
guy
appreciate that.
wants to start maybe doing more NFL stuff, or maybe at least you can dump your NFL thoughts on someone else's channel and let them suffer the algorithm. Who knows? Uh,
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Yeah, closing thoughts just with sports for RK and maybe Ryan as well if he doesn't know. There's a channel called That's Good Sports. Brandon Perna, he's on Twitter called at Brandon Perna, I think is his handle. He does this weird kind of Anchorman style, office style comedy with his sports coverage. It's daily. He's a Broncos fan, and of course he's suffering because they suck now that Manning's gone. Um, but he still does it for us, and he's funny. So check him out. It's weird to give 100K plus channel a shout out, but a lot of people may not know him because a lot of people here aren't sports fans. But he's funny even if you don't know sports. You will get some of his jokes, um, and you'll just enjoy his misery this year with the
Yeah,
Flacco.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, RK, dude, if you can get him on Sports Wars, holy shit, that'd be hilarious.
We had really quick. I know we got to end, and I need to go. But we had like 230 or so watching our Antonio Brown breaking news on Sports Wars right before I came on here, which was pretty crazy because our last live stream we had like 60 people. So pretty cool.
No, yeah, you got to kind of do the trendy shit before you go anywhere with.
That's what it is with sports.
Yeah,
Has
with
to be.
sports, it's got to be trendy
Yeah.
stuff until like you kind of build a following. I found Brandon from some sort of like urinating tree channel. Somehow that was recommended to me, so I watched him, and then he's like, "Hey, check out That's Good Sports." Now I never watch urinating tree. I'm always watching Brandon. He's hilarious. But yeah, thanks for joining the pre-Senate, and it was wacky and all over the place. I had a bunch of stuff. Some talks that didn't cover. Ichibaka and Steven Walton, authors in the Phantom Menace. We did cover Magnegro, didn't cover Joker movie, and we didn't cover Rookies monetization. Maybe y'all can bring this up later next week. I got a crazy guest for Wednesday. Still tentative just because you never know what could pop up with his schedule being the channel is. But I'm supposed to have Nerddrotic on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So swing on by.
Nice.
You got a better chance maybe to get heard through the chat with Nerddrotic just because I'm not monetized, no super chats. I just look at the chat and try to acknowledge you as best I can. But I'm usually drinking, so there's that kind of equivalency, just like a super chat, type of equivalency. So we'll see, but see how drunk I get. But generally, I'm just drinking beer, so it's not that bad. Sub to everyone. My computer sucks, that's why I haven't updated the description, but I will add Mads. I think RK's already in there just because of the recommendations. And 19K Fox, fun stuff. He's thinking outside the box, especially in pressure Mads. Follow her on Twitter. Find Mads Mama Bear. Be like, hey, make me some fucking content, lady. I want to see you, you sexy bear. And let's see that stuff. And maybe she'll show you her red bubble. Maybe she'll link that as well. Black Angus.
I can link that on my channel.
Awesome. There you go, people. Getting stuff done. Maybe we'll get a Brother Bear commentary from her as well, given the bear stuff. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks, Second Street. Tokyo Drift. Never saw you before. Oh, Tokyo Drift. What's my issue with Entertainment Hacker? I just don't fucking like them. That's how I'll leave the stream. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Peace.